Hi everybody. Sorry for the late start. I was said it like it wasn't just the cigarettes, like I said in chat. It was also like I forgot to set up things, and like I can't find a way to make this game windowed. So I had to like finagle it, but it's fine. We are back with more Nina Aquila. It's been years.
Yeah.
Are we loading? No, we want a new chapter, I guess, because we're going to start chapter 3. Because we finished chapter 2. We meant to do... My bad, Melody, I'm sorry. We meant to do this, like, after chapter 2, but then, like, we decided to, like, oh, fuck, the game audio, god. Right, I forgot to do that, too.
I mean, best to get it out now instead of,
Game.exe, is that it? Okay. Hold on. Well, there's like no music right now. Hold on. Is there a way to go back to the menu?
Start button?
Yes, take me back. Okay. Hold on. Okay, do you hear it now? Are we feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Crushing it. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, at least we're getting this out of the way while nobody else is in the chat.
That's so true, though. What was I saying? We meant to do it right after we finished chapter 2, but then we were like, what did happen? Like, I think we started another game, and we were like, we'll go back to Nina after we finish this other game, and then like, just a whole bunch of life just got in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of life.
So, yeah, but now, okay, so chapter 4 is actually coming out like next month or something, and the developer of the game reached out to me again to see if I wanted to get like, you know, a review copy basically of chapter 4, and I was like, yes, I would, but also we haven't done chapter 3 yet. Fuck.
All right, for me as well as the audience, because you have a better memory, can you give me a brief rundown of what happened so far? Might relate to what's going forward.
Okay, so I probably should have like watched our previous videos to like get a refresher myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, the first case was about like camping or something, but it was like a tutorial.
Yeah, someone started a fire.
Yeah,
I think.
it was like a tutorial, so it doesn't like matter that much. And then the second chapter was all about card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like the monsters were actually real. They were just like trapping the spirits inside of the cards or something.
Okay.
And then also there's like someone like there's like a all of that doesn't like really probably doesn't matter going forward because that was all chapter 2 stuff because each chapter is going to be about a different anime trope.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that probably will matter going forward is there's like someone behind the scenes helping us, a mysterious benefactor who we don't know anything about, but we're probably going to owe favors to later, and we don't know if this person is like a good guy or not. We just know that he's helping us for some reason.
Okay.
Melodia, the forbidden one. Yes, I remember that too. Where you made yourself into a Yu-Gi-Oh card because there was a card actually called Melodia, and so we made the joke. It's like Exodia, but melody, and so we did the 5 parts of Melodia. So chapter 3, Legal Sage, is where we're going next. Wow, we got an achievement just for starting chapter 3. Cool.
I assume we did for the other ones.
Probably.
Okay, typing.
I think you were Dylan. I think you gave him like a surfer dude bro voice.
Okay. Hey, what are you watching? That's the video of Sandra Ortega's office, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. You must have watched this 1,000 times by now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mind if I join you?
Be my guest, though it isn't exactly riveting.
So, what are we looking at?
This is a CCTV footage from the afternoon that Sandra Ortega was murdered. Oh yeah, Sandra Ortega I think was like our Mia Fey, basically. Right?
Our like predecessor,
yeah,
teacher, mentor person.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's Anya?
Or was Anya our mentor figure? Wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm trying to remember now. I think there was like a twist where we thought our mentor died, but then she didn't, and she was actually working for some secret organization or something. I should have reviewed our fucking videos in the last chapter.
Okay, so it's Anya's former colleague, whatever that means.
That's right. Man, is there like a last time on Nina Aquila anywhere in this game? Like an overview? I don't think I saw one.
Probably not.
Damn. Oh well. The building's a multi-purpose office block. Sandra just rented one of the offices. That one on the left.
I see. So this is our front door?
Right.
Were any other businesses on the same floor?
And
optician,
and eye doctor. They weren't open that day, so no one came or went. They weren't involved.
And the place opposite Ortega's office?
An empty unit. According to the documents of Anya's case, it had been empty for weeks. Damn, I wish I remembered who Anya was. You can see the rubble outside. It was being renovated. Is that Anya? No, that's the guy.
Who's that?
The janitor. He passes by a bunch of times in the afternoon. Yeah, he sure do be passing a whole bunch.
I mean, alright. But no construction crews or anything for renovating?
See? Apart from him, no one else shows up.
Did he see anything suspicious?
No, nothing out of the ordinary.
He didn't call the cops?
No, the police were tipped off by an anonymous caller. The janitor didn't even know about the murder until the police arrived. We're almost out of time.
This is when
Anya turns up. Okay, so I do think Anya is the mentor figure. Wait, who's the one that was in like the rain then? I don't remember.
And while she's in there,
Sandra Ortega was murdered. Wait, so yes, okay, I remember now. So Anya is our mentor, and Anya was accused of murdering the Sandra person. So Anya's not dead, but she's like being held by the police, and we're trying to prove her innocence.
Okay.
I think that's what's going on. Yeah. She was shot twice. But also Anya doesn't want us to be involved for some reason. She's like trying to keep us off the case, even though we're like trying to like prove herself innocent.
Didn't you say she was carrying the murder weapon when Flatfoot arrested her?
A revolver with a 6-round cylinder, still loaded with 4 rounds.
I mean, sorry to say this, but you can see why she was found guilty.
I guess she was already found guilty then. Okay. Dylan Parade. Looking at this with fresh eyes, the implication is plain as day. What am I missing? If Anya were here, I bet you would spot it right away. Something here can't be right. What really happened in that room?
Nina, it's 8 o'clock.
Dylan, I can't just...
We promised. You promised.
Fine, you win. We did promise. Okay.
Terry's looking forward to seeing us. You won't believe how happy he was when we got approved for our loan to buy this food truck.
Terry is the person we defended in the last case, who we got found not guilty.
Okay.
What does Terry know about food?
Why was he found not guilty?
Because he didn't do it.
Okay. Okay. So, something. Okay, so the monster's souls were trapped within the cards or something. What happened?
If I remember correctly, the CEO of the guy who runs the card company or whatever was killed in his apartment, and Terry was the one who was like accused of murdering him, but it wasn't actually him, it was someone else. But like, if I remember correctly, they used the actual monsters to kill the CEO, but no one else knew that the monsters were real, so we had to like prove the monsters were real, and then we had to prove who did it. I don't remember much more than that, if I'm honest.
Okay. Who knows? Not us.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll surprise us.
I'm sorry, it's been years. It's been literally, we were supposed to do this right after we finished the second chapter, and we just didn't.
It's okay.
Okay, where's he set up?
At Rostro Vista. He's been set up for a few weeks.
You mean the tourist place up at Rostro's Spire, the mountain?
Yeah, you know it?
That's miles away. How had you planned on getting there?
I don't know. The bus?
And you want to get the bus heading up to the mountains in the middle of January?
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Fine, I'll drive.
You have a car?
You sound surprised.
You live in your office.
Touché.
The fucking the weird emoji for when she's like embarrassed.
Yeah.
What kind of car is it?
A yellow one? I don't know cars, okay? I feel that though, honestly. I'm the same.
What kind of car is it? A green one?
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of car I drive, a green one.
What breed of cat are you? Orange.
Exactly, yeah. It's old, but it should get us there.
I didn't even know you could drive.
Why would you think I can't?
Well, okay, with the eye...
Monocular people can drive. I just have some custom mirrors to help, that's all. Green car, orange cat, so true.
Sorry.
It's okay, Dylan. A lot of people think like that. Now, I just need to find my keys.
Great, I'll grab my phone and meet you by the door. Come see me when you're ready to head out.
Gee, I wonder where my keys are.
It's not like it's that giant key icon on the table, is it?
Man, these keys are fucking huge. We must have a giant-ass car.
What do we drive, a monster truck?
Right.
A giant yellow monster truck?
Okay. No time to browse Reddit.
Oh
wow,
god,
she's
she's
a
a
Redditor.
Redditor.
Oh my god. Oh, I do not want to replay those cards. Like, no, but like they were fine, but like I'm good. Okay. Well, anyway, I probably don't need to really do anything here.
Okay, just to double check, so was Ortega's office, is that now our office?
Yes.
With the same setup and everything?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we're living in her old office, and that's why we have like her stuff.
Okay. And she was murdered in the office by not Anya.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready to head out?
Why do you need to? Is there something else I can do in here? Hold on. Why would you ask me if there's not something else to do? Is it just so I can look at all this?
Oh yeah, your intimidated legal books, of course.
Of course, which is like Phoenix.
A great ball? What? It's a trash can.
I think this is a Pokemon reference. Like when you look at trash cans, sometimes you can get a great ball or something. I don't know. I never played Pokemon. But...
Okay. That's kind of true.
Okay. Apparently those papers are things I cannot look at. I like how we have, even though this is
a locker room.
It's just a toilet for men and women's. I think I mentioned this when we played this game last time, but it just they're both just a toilet, but one's a man toilet and one's a woman toilet, I guess. So, of course, the woman toilet has the valve, so you know. Don't you know all women toilets need valves? You can't have a woman's bathroom without a valve.
I mean, the shrug, is that a thing?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just making shit up because I thought it was funny.
Okay.
I accidentally ran into the wall.
Okay, boss.
Dylan Merlo has joined your party.
Goes with a Final Fantasy battle.
Yeah. Brr. Winter isn't pulling its punches.
Yeah, we should get in your car and turn on the heater pronto.
Kind of have to assume that the heater works. Now, where did I park?
I assume it's that right there.
Here we are.
Where did this driveway come from?
What? It's always been here.
I'm not so sure about that.
Either way, it's here now. I'm guessing that's a reference to the fact that it wasn't in the previous chapter.
Where's your car?
Right here.
In the abandoned roadside jalopy? Also, what's with that massive crater next to the building?
You know, it's your classic crater next to a building. Everyone ever has that.
Okay.
Youch.
Did Anya leave this too?
You're kidding, right? Anya wouldn't be seen dead in something like so beat up.
Well, beggars, chooses, and all the rest of it. Are we going to head up to Ruster Spire?
Let's just make sure it starts first.
I mean...
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're in business.
We get into Ruster Spire by taking the north road out of the city. You're sure you're good to drive? The snow's pretty bad.
You're forgetting something, Dylan. I'm Canadian. What does that? What does that mean? Okay. I guess because she's used to the cold weather.
Or driving in the snow, maybe, because it's frequently like snowing and cold up there. I guess
maybe. It follows the game's intro sequence. It incorporates some flashing images. Should we skip it since?
Is it going to be relevant to?
I don't know, honestly, and I don't know how much flashing it is because I know you're not like the most sensitive to flashing.
I guess we'll try it, and if it's too bad, we'll just skip it.
Okay. You not miss any important. Okay. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Like how much flashing images are we talking about here? It's not just as long as it's not like bright flashing lights, right?
Like really, really fast strobing lights are like the main issue. So like if it's like a dark room and the only like major lighting is like quickly flashing lights and whatnot, like you see in music videos and stuff like that, or at rock concerts sometimes, I can't deal with that very well.
Okay.
What?
That's I think his name was Chad, and he's like your rival. He's like your Edgeworth, basically.
Oh, okay. And that's our mentor and that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know who that guy was.
Okay, why is he looking at her seductively?
Because it's a love-hate relationship.
Of course, of course.
Like Phoenix and Miles, but less gay.
Yeah, okay. Well, there it is, the Roastro Spire. The Roastro Visa parking lot is on the south slope. The road will take us there, take us around the lake.
Any closer to that mountain.
Yeah.
Where the food truck is supposed to be.
This is true. Well, also, I just want to point out we're driving not on either side of the road. We're going straight down the middle, like, over the yellow line.
And there's no other traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, that might just be a trick of the perspective.
It might be, yeah.
Have you been there before?
Once on field trip in middle school, but that was in the summer. It's popular with backpackers, hikers, and the like. It's weird though. I remember this road always being quite busy. The Roastro Pass is the only way through to Rotunda in the north. Where's the traffic?
Oh, you don't know? They built a new bypass road about 10 years ago, so people wouldn't always have to drive through the mountains. These days, the Roastro Pass is kind of disused. No one drives it anymore, except for tourists.
Gained item, Roastro Pass disused.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you gain that as an item?
I don't know. Maybe that just means like maybe that's like what, like, you know, an 8th attorney you get like evidence or whatever.
So an evidence piece is apparently going to be that the road that we're driving on is not used.
Yes.
Okay.
We're late. What time did Terry said to try and arrive?
It's only just after 9, and we're almost there.
Why has he set up a food truck so far away from the city and so late at night?
T-Bro's gonna have plenty of customers, don't you worry about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dylan and Terry knew each other before the last case, actually, so they were already friends. I guess it is a trick of the perspective, because that guy did not crash into us.
Yeah.
Whoa, I guess we're not the only people on the road. Did you see how fast he was going?
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet.
Alright. What the?
Scrubs, dogs. I don't believe it.
I know.
He's a hit!
What? We're clearly focusing on different things.
But the line. T-Bro's doing a roaring trade!
That's obvious. Why are there so many people in the mountains in the middle of the night? Dylan? Don't tell me.
Surprise!
This is the illegal street racing meet!
So, in my defense, I didn't think you'd realize.
What? Did you think I'd never seen a movie or something? Might not move in these circles day to day, but I have eyes.
One eye.
It's an expression! Did you know about this?
Kinda. Look, the plan was just to see Terry, then head back home. I didn't think we'd be here long enough for all of this. Still, it looks like T-Bro's too busy to speak to us. Are you uncomfortable? We could head back.
I heard that these groups were performing illegal street races up in the mountains, though I never really thought I'd actually see them do it. How does Dylan know about stuff like this? We came all this way. It'd be a shame just to head straight back.
Great! I'd love to speak to some of the racers, and maybe check out some of the cars.
He seems genuinely excited. I guess there's no harm in talking to people and checking out the cars. I think our car is literally the smallest car here. We've got like a
little hatchback thing like you do.
Would you call it a hatchback? I don't know anything about cars. But okay, let's see. Hey, what's up with the long line? No cuts. Okay, rude. Well, I guess I'll just wait here and wait out my turn.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work.
Well, we can't just cut the line, John.
Yeah, I think we should go interact with other people until the line moves.
It'll move eventually. I mean, it's going slow, but you know.
Literally nobody is moving, which is odd because you would think that it would kind of like...
Okay, you say literally nobody's moving, but this person in the red car is moving, and this person next to the pink car is moving.
I meant in the line.
Fair enough.
And then hard turn on the clutch, flick to the wheel.
He looks deep in concentration about something.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering... Yeah, no. Excuse me? How rude. Hey, I was wondering... Go book someone else, we're busy. Excuse me?
The Queen of Diamonds?
I'm guessing, like, each... This must be the right...
It's a team thing?
Yeah. Like, the red cars, the pink cars,
Okay.
the purple cars. They're all, like, teams or whatever.
That's not generally how street racing works, but okay.
Let's shrug. Okay, yeah. Well, how are we supposed to talk to Terry? We literally can't talk to Terry because of this long line.
Well,
I guess, I don't know, just... Hello, Paul and Zoe.
Hi.
I don't feel like we need to read every single line of dialogue out loud. So I'm just gonna... Probably just story-related ones, and then non-story ones we can just...
Wow, that woman at the back is really...
Yeah, she really does not want anyone to cut.
Think this might be useful?
You're right. Let's take a picture with my phone. Okay, apparently that was story related. Ticket machine, but we don't need it. Parking tickets. You're a new face. Come to leave the road. Come to leave?
Come to leave the thing in a huge mess.
Oh,
like as in you come here and then you're leaving a huge mess and then going.
Okay, got it. Come to leave a Rostro Visa parking lot in a huge mess, same as the rest of them? What?
You must work for the county.
Hey, I might be old, but I'm not deaf. Not yet, anyway. I'm just here to see a friend. Yeah, well, you and your friend, make sure you pick up your litter. Okay, fair enough.
Alright.
Pirate. Defense attorney. Okay. What game is this? It's called Nina Aquila. It's like a Ace Attorney game, but like with anime tropes. Well, I say that the Ace Attorney doesn't also have anime tropes, but like, wow. Okay, so they all say the same thing. Got it. The Ace race is at 10. Damn, I can't believe a race just for Ace people like me.
Let's shrug.
So not for a little while. Best not to walk around the road until we close it. So how do you know these people? They seem kind of rude.
It's race night. They're probably just wired, so don't take it personally. I don't know them really. T-Bro, myself, and I guess you'd call them some other guys that we knew.
From your orphanage?
Yeah, let's go with that. We used to come and watch, but we were never really part of the scene. Sure, racing's been going on up here for years. They call it Touge Jenkin Racing? Touge?
Togue?
Togue?
Maybe? I don't know.
Touge Jenkin? Touge Jenkin. Why not?
It's old man Jenkins! Jenkin? You mean like rock, paper, scissors? What?
What?
Huh?
Do we have to look this up?
We might. Hold on.
Yeah. Something... What?
Hold on. I'm looking up. Jenkin game. The Japanese version of rock, paper, scissors. A hand game where players choose one of the three guessers: rock, paper, or scissors. Koopa or Choki.
Okay.
So it's basically just what they call rock, paper, scissors in Japan.
Jenkin?
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Yep. Oh. If it would have waited a second, Melody would have answered for it.
Wow. Well, thank you, Melody. All the kisses.
Gay.
What? No, it's not gay. She's a woman.
It's extra gay.
What?
Listen. So, a homosexual pairing is one man plus one man, right?
Okay.
Or one woman plus one woman, right?
Uh-huh.
So, you take... Everybody's made of half of each, right?
Yeah.
So, one person who is half woman and half man, and another person who is half woman and half man, means that you still get one of each. Therefore, inherently gay.
Damn, you're so right. Plus, according to the executive order signed by Donald Trump, we're all women anyway.
Oh yeah, because we're all technically conceptualized as women, and then we develop male parts, some of us later.
Right, so since we're all the gender that we were at conception, that means we're all women.
Huh. Anyway, T-Bro noticed that one time there was nowhere to buy food up here.
And that's why he bought the food truck? That's actually pretty astute of him.
Still, it's odd.
What is?
Back then, there were always 4 racing teams up here.
Janken BTW. I feel like Melody might be slightly behind. Because I feel like the conversation has moved past this.
It's fine. So
yeah, it's fine.
Janken. Is that what I was saying?
Janken. I don't know. I think we're saying Janken, so it's actually Janken.
Okay, I'm probably still gonna call it Janken because it sounds fun.
Okay.
Janken. Okay. So there are always 4 racing teams up here, but I only count 3.
I was looking at how to pronounce it. Fair enough.
And from what I can understand, it seems like you got the hearts, you got the diamonds, and the clubs, so you're missing the spades.
Yeah, we are missing spades, aren't we?
Assuming it's going based off of, like, suits of cards.
Which I assume it would be, considering they're diamond, hearts, and clubs. Yo!
Also, ace race, 4 aces.
Oh my god. You're so right. Oh, whoops, I pressed the button by accident. It's time together for tonight's race.
Looks like they're starting. Let's get clear.
Clear what? Whoa! Whoa! Wow, that was fast.
Let's make our way over to the start line and we'll miss the race.
Wait, where did... But they left the cars here. How did they screech out if the cars are still here?
Well, I think there were 4 and 3, but my question is, why were there 4 of the red, 4 of the pink, and 3 of the purple?
Maybe because the purple one has this mysterious tank that they're going to be using in the race.
That's a hell of a cheat. Just blow up the other cars.
Yeah. You could say don't have these teams in spades. Ha ha ha.
Okay, so everybody's lined up. We still can't talk to Terry.
Alright, well, let's go run out to the middle of the road and isekai ourselves. Hearts for the win! As if. No one can beat clubs.
Any idea what's going on?
That's me.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. Any idea what's going on?
You don't know?
We're new here.
The 4 aces have gathered to race for the close of the season.
What do you mean 4? There's only 3. The 4 aces?
Looks like the 14 did turn up.
Ah. They're... Okay, so the spades are just gray?
Or, like, white with the black hood, I guess.
I was expecting them to be, like, green or something, but...
Yeah. Or, like, I don't know, yellow?
Yellow?
Also, why are they not lined up, like, evenly?
Yeah, I don't know. You can do it, Jocelyn.
They're not even lined up like Mario Kart or something, where they're like, you know, 1-2, 1-2.
They're kind of lined up like well, like a foot race, like, you know, when they do the circles, because like the...
No, they're not, because those are, they're always trailing the same direction. These are trailed in like...
Yeah, you're right. It's time to enter a different game up to the road, yeah. Thanks to the white floor with you guys. Joker, 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 Joker. Okay, guys, you can, yeah, you can stop chanting now. Why are they all chanting Joker? Are we clear? Okay, sounds good. Weird. What's he talking about?
Ah, I know this one. He's waiting the guys at the finish line and confirm there's no traffic between the start and finish. The race can't start until they do it, for safety.
They seem pretty organized.
Realistically, they know it'll be clear.
We race in a society. Melody.
Kind of on fire with the jokes right now.
Yeah.
Like I said on the way over, no one drives this road anymore, especially at this time of year. I mean, not a single car has passed them all the time we've been here.
Is it really a good idea to be doing races during winter though? Because what about the road condition? What about icy roads? Like, that seems like a bad idea. Why?
It's part of the challenge, Nick.
Why not
it's
do
illegal
it during the summer or something?
Because the cops are gonna be out.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Like a Smash Bros. Announcer.
Okay, so where's the finish line?
Probably somewhere else. Is that it?
You didn't find that exhilarating? The power of the engines? The thrill of the anticipation?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. But now we just wait here?
I guess it's a bit like stock car racing. When you watch it on TV, you see the whole track, but if you actually go, you just watch the cars pass you every lap.
Where's the finish line?
Further down the mountain. Someone from down there will radio someone up here in a few minutes with the results.
Dylan, I just noticed something. The line over by the hot dog truck, it's much shorter now.
Ooh, good spot. Let's go over there. I'm starving.
Okay. They specifically took time out to say that it never happened, so you know it'll happen. Wait, whatever happens?
Traffic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That is the trope.
That is the trope, yes. It might be shorter, but it's still a line. Did I say shorter? I meant to say shorter.
Ugh. It already feels like we've been here for an age.
It's only been around 15 minutes. You need to see why the line isn't moving?
Nope. Mysterious person.
I forgot some people have cat ears.
Oh yeah, that's just like a naturally occurring thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Whoa, is he a street racer? He's good looking enough to pass for a model. Hey. Hey yourself. You here for the racing? Mostly.
He looks kind of like Cat Ear Pegasus.
Cat Ear Pegasus, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just imagining him talking in Pegasus voice.
Of course. Wait, so how does Pegasus speak?
Mostly, though right now I'm really craving some hot dogs.
Okay, you can take this guy.
Okay.
Us too. Me and Aquila of Aquila Defense and Law. And this is my PA, Dylan Merlot.
Yo. Nice to meet you both. I'm Trey Gearson, King of Spades. Is that a King of Games reference?
Yeah, probably. King of Spades?
I'm really craving some hot dogs, Yugi boy.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
hold on. Trey Gearson, you're not... Wait, are you not in line or is Dylan not in line? One of us is not in line.
I'm assuming Trey's not in line.
Okay.
Yes. You're new here, aren't you?
Can you tell?
You'd have to be to ask that question.
Okay, you got us. So what does it mean?
Within each of the racing teams on the mountain, we have 4 ranks. The lowest rank is Jack, followed by Queen, then King, that's my rank. And I'm also the swing spades mechanic.
Ah, so you're a swinger.
Exactly. Each team is led by an ace. I'm Trey Gearson, King of Spades.
You meant something about the teams? What's the deal with those?
Here at the Roster Aspire, we race as a group known as the Roster Racers. As long as anyone knows, we've been divided into 4 teams. The Dancing Diamonds, the Metal Clubs, the Burning Hearts, and my team, the Swing Spades.
I guess that makes sense, but that reminds me of something else.
I'm Trey Gearson, King of Spades.
Everyone at the start line was yelling Joker, Joker. What was that about?
Ah, well, that's because tonight's race was something very special. You see... Hang on, what's she doing?
Who? Wait, isn't that...
Hey, where are you going?
Nothing gets past you, Trey. I was worried that the race had been going on for a while, and... It's been a long time, and I didn't get to read that. Wait.
Oh no, she recognizes you.
Does she?
Or we recognize her.
What are you doing here? Oh, she recognizes Dylan.
Me? Look, ma'am, no offense intended, but I have no idea who you are.
Not you, Goggle Boy. Her. Okay, so it was us. What? Then why did you walk up to him? Oh, whatever. Nick leading the teams? What does that mean? What am I...
Because the ace is leading.
Oh, right, of course. Okay, yeah, I got it. Sorry.
So, what's the fifth suit?
Fifth suit?
Yeah, because there's like 4 suits of cards, so you gotta make up a 5th one.
The paws. The paw suit.
God damn it. The paw sewers.
The paw sewers, yeah, that's a good name actually. But like, actually, no, I'm just saying though, paws would actually make a pretty decent suit of cards. Cause like, think about it. Like, because you got this, the classic shapes with the diamonds and the hearts and the clubs and the spades. Paws would fit right in. It's iconic. You can like you know, people would easily recognize it. You can just stamp it on the side of a card. It would look right there in place. What?
It would throw off the balance.
Yeah, but balance. Okay, fine. Replace the.
Also, would they be black or red?
They would have to be black. But replace the spades with them. because the spade, not the spade, sorry, the clubs. The clubs have those like three, right? The clubs have like the three circles or whatever.
Yeah.
So like the paw print would kind of look similar to that anyway.
Okay. Are you gonna replace the other suits with something furry related as well?
What else would work for that? So
Oh boy.
the diamonds can be replaced with the circle cheese heads. Like the circle heads look like a slice of cheese or whatever.
Okay.
The hearts could be butts, I guess. I don't know.
Alright.
And of course the club. We all know what the club is.
You just said the club was the paw. So
No,
the
no.
spade.
I meant to say spade, yes. We all know what the spade is. The spade is a knot.
I hate you.
You know I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paws and maws. Oh, you know, good point. Wait, so, okay, wait, what should we play? So, okay, maybe hearts or maws? Because I didn't really have a good one for hearts. I just said buds, and that's, like, boring, I guess. I don't know. I guess hearts could be maws. I don't know.
You two know each other?
Ryoko, you spent some time. I had no idea you were involved in street racing. You're here on some errand? Maybe you should try hurry up and get back to the office. Anya Miller might want some more coffee.
Hey, there's no need to be rude. Besides, Anya Miller is currently in prison.
Oh wow. So, Nina, are you lost without her? Is that why you wandered all the way up here? Ryoko.
What's going on, Ryoko? Why were you getting into your car?
Oh, right. Trey, have you spoken to Clara tonight? I saw her at lunchtime, but I've been trying to call her all evening. No answer.
Let me guess. Did you have another argument?
Well, what do you expect? She won't listen to Hank's offer. Not just that, though. She seemed agitated, I guess. Nervous, even. She was, like, in a rush. She had to be somewhere, but she wouldn't say why.
Well, she was defending her title of Joker tonight. That'd make anyone nervous.
Not Clara. Not usually. Anyway, this race has been going on for a while, and the finish line should have radioed back by now.
I'm sure everything's fine. Immediately explodes.
This just in, everything is not fine. Yeah, well, you can be sure all you want. I'm just gonna head down the mountain and check out that the race has finished as planned. I feel like this girl will be the one we're defending this time. Yeah, probably. That would make sense.
I don't know about that, Ryoko. It's not how we usually do things.
I'm going. You can come with, or you can stay here. Your choice. Hey! Hey! Like the hey! Like the Lego commercials. Like the... You know what I'm talking about? Like
No.
Like a person has fallen into the Lego City River.
Oh, like they're like generic announcer guy.
Yeah, and then then they go to like they're about to get in a boat, but it's just like a bunch of unconstructed Lego pieces. So the guy looks at the camera and goes, "Hey!" And then you're like, "Build the boat." Great, you're both here. What is it, Ren?
Hey,
Oh, right, sorry.
what is it, Ren?
We just got something through over the radio. Marco has called an ambulance and the police. Marco? That damn meddler. What does this have to do with him? That's it. I'm going. You still staying up here?
Under the circumstances, perhaps I should come with you.
Shall I come too? My Matsuya only has 2 seats, Ren.
Plus, if the police are on the way... Ren, you should go tell everyone to stay put. No need to send us all down the mountain.
No problem. At the very least, it does seem like all the teams are amicable with each other, because they are like, you know... Because these 3 people are on different teams, and yet they're still, like, talking and being, like, chummy with each other. So, that's nice, at least. They're not, like, at each other's throats all the time, you know? Out of the way, Ren. Sure thing. Okay, well, mostly. That's weird. Didn't Ryoko get into the wrong side of her car? The wrong side? No, she got into the driver's side. Ryoko's Matsuya is a JDM. A JD what?
It means Japanese domestic model. Which means the driver's side is on the right position.
Right, which was also something that came up in an Ace Attorney thing, if you remember.
It was the British one, right?
Yes, because so in America, when they localized it, they made everything like American. But in Japan, it was Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Japanese version, it was an American import car, but in the American version, it was a European import car. Just so they had the same issue of the seats being in the opposite way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her car's a Japanese import.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be just like in that one Ace Attorney case. Probably not like the exact same, but like it's another thing that will be relevant. I see. Look, I've got a bunch of people to reassure, so I better get moving. Nice meeting you, whoever you are. Can't wait for this to be key evidence later. Yeah, exactly.
We still gonna wait for hot dogs?
Yeah, let's do that. Wow. We are missing on so much potential evidence. Of course, then again, we're not actually, like, officially involved with this case, so I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, I was thinking, like, man, we should, like, actually go to the site right now so we can, like, you know, get as much evidence as we need for later, but then I'm like, we're not actually on the case right now, so why would we do that? So it makes sense that they're just...
also the police have to do their thing.
Yeah.
We get involved later.
That is true, yeah. Actually, you know, and thinking about it, Phoenix probably did some pretty illegal stuff going through evidence that is, or like doing the stuff that should have been handled by police, but he did it himself. And
the entire thing of him is basically, not to worry, I have a permit.
Yeah, basically.
And then just showing off his attorney's badge.
Yeah. Who was Terry again? I don't even remember who
Probably me, but I have no idea what it made him sound like.
I don't know. New voice.
Dylan, Nina, you came.
Oh my God, you're making him like a fucking. Okay.
Wouldn't miss it, T-bro.
We've been here some time, but you were so busy.
I know, right? In fact, so busy I totally sold out of hot dogs. Yeah, good one, Terry.
Oh my God. Oh no.
I'm not joking. You seriously don't have any more? Sorry, guys. If I want to make more, I'll have to open a whole new crate of cans, but the racing seems over for tonight. Damn.
Still, the truck looks great, Terry.
You like it? I got it at an auction. Only one previous owner.
The army?
How would you guess? Anyway, it's big with plenty of space for equipment. I really appreciate you coming out to see it, guys. Looks like Scrub's Dogs is off to a flying start. I'm just gonna close up. So, what now?
I guess we head back to Fledge City. I just hope the heater in the office hasn't seized up again. Let's get back in the car. Okay, but what if I talk to you again?
I'm just gonna close up.
Well... Okay, wait, doesn't have any what?
Relentless? Relentless?
Oh, that's probably one of the fucking energy drinks based off of the Raze guy in the previous chapter, who was like one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh players or whatever.
Oh.
Ticket machine, but we don't need parking tickets.
Tires.
Don't have any trash. Don't have any trash. I'm just looking around. Oh, you're still here. You're still here? Everyone else seems to have left already. Trey and Ryoko haven't called or come back yet this way yet. I'm heading home soon, but I just want to wait a bit longer for them. What a good friend. Alright.
Nina, you hear that?
Huh? Oh. I guess it's nothing to do with us. Let's get going. Little does she know, it will in fact have something to do with them.
So like how accidentally we were driving on the wrong side.
Yeah.
All that way we came, and we didn't even get a hot dog.
All that way we
came all that way, and we didn't even get a hot dog. You have anything to eat?
I've got some Chinese takeout back in the fridge in the office.
Oh yeah? Wait, when is it from?
Is it Tuesday or maybe...
If you've got to think about it, then it's too long.
You want to split it?
You okay if I crash at the office?
You can take the sofa in the lobby.
Then we'll split it.
This is a nice little animation. Yeah.
So, that Ryoko person, you knew her?
Yeah.
So...
I don't want to talk about it.
Still, she looked kinda agitated. You think those guys who raced tonight are going to be okay?
I hope so. But the ambulance was driving pretty fast. I mean, they tend to do that.
But there was no, like, sirens or
Oh, that's fucking right. I forgot about these fucking... okay. This is random-ass pictures.
Sex appeal.
Yeah. Eggs over easy. Fine, just some toast.
Mmm, chips.
I think so. Oh.
I think someone's at the door.
I also think someone's stealing my lines. Dylan, why are you...
I crashed on the couch last night, remember? Hoping to take care of it.
I'm gonna come back at 9.
I thought it was G.
I'm
I'm gonna come back at G.
We're meeting G over there.
At G.
At G, yeah.
What if it's something urgent?
Then at 9, it'll be even more urgent.
I'll go see what they want. Wait, so... Hi, sorry, but we normally open at...
You're the people who were up at the Spire last night, right? You defended the hot dog guy?
Yeah. Oh, it's Ren. You mean Terry? Terry Scrub? Yeah, we represented him in court.
What kind of lawyer dresses like a northern biker?
No, I'm a PA. The attorney here is Nina Aquila. This is Aquila Defense Law.
We open at sorry, and we open at 9!
Maybe just tell me why you're here. Also, she just has like a privacy screen for her bed in front of the bathrooms.
What if Dylan had to use a bathroom in the middle of the night? What's he supposed to do?
It's on the floor.
I guess.
Nina. Hey! Nina!
What?
I'll take care of our guest while you get up. You're gonna want to hear this.
Dun dun dun!
Dramatic pause. I don't believe it.
Neither did I at first, but it's true.
The Ace of Spades?
Last night she was fine, but then... What?
Has this ever even happened before?
Once, apparently, but it was a really long time ago. What's going on? What happened? It's about Clara.
She died.
Dylan, who is this guy?
Oh, right. Ren, this is Nina Aquila. She's an attorney and the proprietor of Aquila Defense Law. Nina, this is Stan Renson, or Ren to his friends.
And he's a roster racer, right? Roster racer, right? We saw him at the parking lot last night.
Yep. In fact, this Ren is the Jack of Diamonds.
This Ren?
Or Ren is the Jack of Diamonds. Yes, this Ren.
This Ren.
Because they're all Ren.
Yeah. Gained item, profile Stan Renson.
Okay.
We were the youngest team on the mountain. At least, we have the newest members. In that case, it's clear why you're very upset, but you haven't actually explained why you're here. It's because...
Nina, Clara Mass died last night.
Let me guess. During the race? The one for which we were at the start line?
That's right. The ace race.
And from what you said while I was walking over, I'm guessing this Clara person was one of the aces?
The ace of spades.
Not just that. She went into last night's race to defend her title of Joker. She's our leader. More than that, she was like the soul of our whole group. You see, this is why you don't drive on icy roads.
Ooh.
Or, well, you can...
During winter.
As opposed to icy roads during the summer?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because all the ice will have melted into water.
Yeah. I was gonna say you
Much safer to drive on.
You could probably still drive on icy roads, but definitely not race. It would be ill-advised to drive on icy roads too, but you know, capitalism, you still have to get to work.
Ooh.
How did it happen?
We race in a society.
We race in a society, so true. That's just it. No one seems to know. You don't know how I'm guessing a car accident. All I want to do is find out, but Kaisuke's wing app message was very...
a mid-race drive-by.
Yeah.
Gang hit.
Oh my god. Keisuke?
Keisuke Akagi, ace of diamonds.
He said I should only turn up at the police detention center with that lawyer who defended the hot dog guy. That's you, right? It is, but you say this Keisuke is at the police detention center? Also, I want to mention, Keisuke is also the name of someone from Persona 3, and he looks exactly like me. Hold on, I think I've shown you this before, but I'm showing you again.
Okay.
God damn it. No. There we go. Hold on. Keisuke Hagaki. No! Keisuke. No! 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 Fuck! Haraga. Come on, please. I'm tapping please. I swear to fucking God. Keisuke Haraga! There, look, he looks just like me.
He does look similar, yes.
No, the next social link, yes.
Why was that so difficult?
I don't know. I guess there was another Keisuke, and it kept pulling up his thing instead.
Okay.
It is, but you say this Keisuke is at the police detention center?
Also, I like how Dylan is not actually sitting on it. He's just kind of standing next to it.
No, he's like he's doing that thing where you straddle over the seat, right? Like he's got one leg over the armrest and the other leg on the seat itself.
Bisexual.
Yeah. So he's looking for representation. He's looking for bisexual representation.
Hey.
No, I'm kidding. Well, he wants to see you. I have to assume that's the reason why. And then that's going to be a problem.
What Nita means is that we need to have a little conference, turned into PA, in the kitchen.
Dylan,
Now. What are you doing?
I'm trying to handle... I'm trying to handle him gently.
You're trying to refuse to help him. You've been doing this to potential clients for weeks.
You're being ridiculous. I don't do that to everyone.
Oh yeah? What about those boys who came in about that problem with their school volleyball tournament?
Well...
Or that cat who was worried someone was copying his recipe for magic beans.
Not the beans! The beans, John. The beans. The magic beans. You can't just steal a recipe for magic beans. You have to put those on my face. I broke John. I mean...
Or that blonde and brunette who owned the gun shop after someone pranged their muscle car.
Pranged?
Someone pranged their muscle car? Broke into, maybe?
So what if I'm turning people away? We're already in the middle of a case. I have some magic beans for you, Nick. Hell yeah, Melody. Thank you so much. I love your magic beans.
Yay.
Anya's. And the last time I checked, the sign on the door says Aquila Defense in Law.
Nina, we've talked about this. I can stretch our budget, but that won't keep the lights on forever. We're circling the drain right now when it comes to cash flow.
It's really gotten that bad?
put it this way. We can look into Anya's case, but if I can help this guy, then there'll be no one's name on that door. And plus... he really needs our help.
Yeah, he does seem particularly upset. Was he good friends with this Clara person?
From what I understand, he'd barely even spoken to her. I guess he's just a sensitive soul?
I'll say.
Whoa!
Holy shit, how did they do that?
Oh my god, we're superheroes.
I guess.
No wonder we're so good at defending the innocent.
Yeah.
We're literally, like, anime god power imbued. We just jumped across time and space to get back to the couch.
We sure did. Mr. Renson? Yes.
And he didn't even notice.
Yeah. We're prepared to go and meet with Kaisuke, if you could introduce us. Oh, shit. You mean you'll represent them? Him? What was that? Sorry, slip of the tongue. It's been a rough night. Naturally. But no, I can't agree to represent him until I've spoken to him. I need to know more about what happened. Let's over to police detention. Thanks.
And now Stan's with us.
Alright.
Or Ren, I guess. Why does she sleep in the hallway instead of, like, the other room?
I don't know.
I'm sure we've questioned that before.
Okay, so apparently we only drive when we need to go long distances, otherwise we walk everywhere.
So, where's the police station?
Right there.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna meet with this Kaisuke person. Yeah, about that. What? I assume you're Kaisuke
Akagi?
Akagi? Boss! Here she is, the lawyer defended the hot dog guy. I'm Nina Aquila, defense attorney, and this is my PA, Dylan Merlot. You wanna be the guy? I'll be glasses guy in the center.
Okay, so I'm art guy and blue chick?
Yeah.
Okay. But looks like Ren came through.
That remains to be seen. These are the people who pulled Terry Scrupp out from a high-profile murder case. A pirate cosplayer and a northern biker.
Hey!
Don't rise to it, Dylan. I expected better. You just joshing you, right, boss? Okay, Kaisuke, is it? Kaisuke Akagi, the ace of diamonds. Great. This high and mighty bit you're doing? If you want my services, you can start by checking that at the door.
Oh!
No one browbeats me from within an interrogation cell. My time's valuable, and at the moment, you're not paying for it.
I like her. She's direct.
Okay, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, as a night in detention is difficult on anyone. But I came down to meet one person. Can someone explain what's going on?
Well, there's 3 of us.
That's kind of self-evident at this point.
No, I mean, all 3 of us were arrested last night at the same time. I'm Hank Castle, the Ace of Hearts.
Okay, what? What am I guessing?
Sonic Cat? Is that... am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, it looks like it says Sonic Cat.
Okay.
I've already made myself known. And this is...
cut her slack. We're all shaken up a bit. That's Jocelyn Montefiore. The ace... the ace of clubs.
Well, at least that introduction's out of the way. Next, the difficult question.
We didn't kill Clara Mask, if that's what you're about to ask.
Oh my god, I've been booped.
Wow.
I'm shook it.
Ha!
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna boop you.
I am shooketh.
To be frank, I still resent the fact that we were arrested. House seems quiet. Let's just make a mental note of that. Okay, well, before we do anything else, I need to fill in the blanks. My associate and I were at the Spire last night to support Terry's new hot dog business. While we were there, we saw the start of your race. And later, as we were leaving the mountain, we saw a squad car and an ambulance. Next thing we know, Ren here. That's me. The next thing we know, Ren was beating down the door of our office. Hell yeah, you have been booped. Take that. You want to know what happened in between, I presume? That's right. The best way to do that is for me to speak to each of you. Dylan, Ren, I'm gonna need the room.
Okay, boss.
Okay, well, I guess that's just so we can talk to each one, but when she said she needs the room, I assumed that meant leave the room.
Yeah.
Hank. Can I call you Hank?
Go right ahead.
Shit. Oh, no, where'd it go? Got it? Thank you. What happened? Why did the police bring you guys in?
Truthfully, it was because of Ryoko. She's on the warpath.
Ryoko? I don't understand.
It all happened so fast. Clara was just sitting there, dead, still in the driver's seat of her Mitsuyoda. Oh, right, I forgot all the cars, like, combination fusion names of, like, actual... Okay. So it's like Mitsubishi and Toyota.
That's pretty funny.
When she didn't seem to be moving, Keisuke and I... Keisuke, and I pulled her out of the car. And that's what Ryoko and Trey turned up.
That must have been difficult to explain.
Now, there's an understatement. There was an argument while I tried CPR on Clara, but there was no bringing her back.
And you say that Ryoko reacted to this particularly badly?
From what I understand, Ryoko and Clara's last conversation was an argument. I guess a sight of Clara like that must have been too much for her to bear.
And so, when the police arrived...
Ryoko said they should arrest us. Under the circumstances, I can't say I blame her.
Hank seems to be a pretty reasonable guy. He doesn't seem to be holding back. But he didn't explain how Clara died. Can I talk to you? No? Okay.
Do you talk to him again, or...?
Oh, I mean, well, after I talk to Keisuke, I guess. Keisuke, whatever. Keisuke. Can I call you Keisuke? Actually, was it... Melody, if you remember... Because I remember there's at one point... Because we were pronouncing his name wrong the entire time we were streaming Persona 3. And there was one voice-acted line where his name was actually said out loud by a voice actor. And we're like, wait a minute, it's pronounced that way? We were pronouncing it this other way this whole time. Do you remember how it's properly pronounced? Is it Keisuke or is it Keisuke? Because I don't remember. Oh, no. Do you need to leave the room for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm voicing these two characters anyway.
Hello?
Damn it, Melody, you don't remember? Well, I'll just go Keisuke. Keisuke, can I call you Keisuke? You can. So, work backwards. Why were you arrested? Because we were standing over Clara's dead body when Trey and Ryoko arrived. Yeah, that'll do it. We're the only ones nearby. Normally, there are onlookers along the track, but it was so cold last night, it was deserted. Obviously, they wanted to know what was going on, but when we didn't have an immediate explanation, both Trey and Ryoko were furious. We were still arguing when the police and ambulance turned up. Ryoko was distraught. She insisted that the three of us were arrested. Makes sense too. Trey and Ryoko drive off. Then we saw those emergency vehicles drive by a little while after. This still leaves out how Clara died. So, how did Clara die? We, or should I say, I, don't know. We were arrested, we were separated. This is the first chance we've had to confirm about what happened. I want to hear Frank and Justin's take on it, because my own memories are lacking. Can I talk to him again? Okay, so he just says the same thing again. Got it. Okay. Jocelyn, can I call you Joe? Joe, I know it might be difficult, but I need to know more about what happened. Jocelyn, we need to talk to her. Jocelyn! Hey, are you blind? She's clearly in shock. I just can't believe it. Clara. It's okay, Joe. Try to relax. Joan's right. Jocelyn's practically in shock. Seems very genuine. Now that I have a better understanding of how you got here, this is the difficult part. All three of you were standing over Clara's body when the police turned up. How did Clara die? I mean, it was so quick. Okay, go back to the last time you saw her alive. Walk me through it. We were set off in the Rio Pizza parking lot as a foursome. As a what? For the Ace race, we saw your cars at the start line. Those were the four of us, which was weird. Normally the races are 1v1, but it's been a very close season, so it's the only way to settle things. It was cold, there was ice all over the road. So then what happened? There was some rubbing. Rubbing? Light impacts between our cars. Actually, wasn't that Clara doing most of that? You're right. Strange. Is that unusual? For us? No. For Clara? Clara had a very clean style of racing. It's not like her to be in the middle of the pack, trading paint. Alright, welcome back, Sean.
So, what have I missed?
Okay, so what you missed so far is that none of them really seem to know how Clara died, but they were saying that she was driving somewhat unusually during the race. And also, usually races are only 1v1, but because everyone was like tied up, the only way to sell things was with all four cars at the same time.
Okay.
But also, I guess Clara normally drives pretty safely, but this time she was driving, like, she was like trying to like kind of bump into the other cars, which is unusual for her.
Okay. Then didn't she fall behind?
Why was there a foursome at the A3? Yeah, okay, so you missed it because you're out, but like they said, we started the race as a foursome, and I was like, as a what?
But they're all aces.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is, well, maybe they're all just aromantic.
You know, that's good. Well, but that would be arrow, not ace.
No?
Because
I thought
ace.
it was the same thing.
No, ace is asexual, meaning you don't experience sexual.
Well, I thought you were ace, like if you were identified as either one.
No. Ace is specifically asexual. Arrow is aromantic.
But not also ace?
Correct.
Okay.
But you can be ace arrow, which is what I am. I'm both, so.
Okay.
Anyway.
We were coming up to the second hairpin, then I lost sight of her car.
You didn't lose sight of anything. Clara turned off her headlights. I figured there's some kind of strategy. With the lights off on a dark part of the road, it'd be hard to block an overtake. But I was in second place going on into the corner, so I didn't have a time to concentrate on that. What happened next?
I heard something.
Heard what?
The sound of an impact.
And that's what had happened. Clara passed us. How?
I've been trying to work it out all night. I've been trying to work it out all night, but I've got no answer for you.
I didn't see it or I didn't hear it or see it. But when we rounded the second hairpin, she had passed us.
Her car was
Clara had come off road and smashed into the roadside verge. So it was an accident.
It looked bad, so we all stopped to see if she was okay. But I could tell something was wrong.
We tapped on her window, but there was no answer, so we opened the door.
And there she was, dead.
I hate to ask for grim details, but it looked like a head impact. I'm no doctor, though. Still, we checked her pulse, and Hank tried CPR. She was definitely gone.
And you know the rest.
Okay, so when we were asking how did she die, this whole time you could have just said an accident. because we were asking, how did she die? How did she die? And you're like, well, I don't know. And now you have to explain how the whole night went, and they're like, oh, so it was a car accident. Why didn't you just say car accident? Whatever. Wow. This is terrible. I thought it might be bad, but show some decorum, Ren. Everything's gonna work out. Actually, Kaisuke, your associate is wise to be concerned. Why would they be arrested if she died in a car wreck? That is a good question, actually.
Illegal street racing.
Well,
they could have been involved or witnesses. Or
I'm sure, actually, because of the illegal street racing, they could be charged with like reckless endangerment and like second degree manslaughter because of like because it was the racing that led to her accident, and then since they were involved in it. Right.
Other racers, they could have been directly involved with her driving recklessly and trading pain. Maybe one of them in retaliation caused her to crash.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe something about her. Maybe she had a heart attack in the middle of the road or something, and they didn't know.
Right.
But like, whatever it is, these are the best witnesses they have, so they were detained.
Right. And like, maybe the police think, you know, hey, maybe one of them rammed into her car and caused her to crash. You know.
Right.
Anyway, we didn't clear Clara. You're all taking part in a illegal, unsanctioned street race. I hate to hit you with a reality bat here, but the court takes a dim view on that kind of thing. Even if it was an accident, the prosecution could suggest you three are, in part, responsible. Yeah, just like we were saying. But you can fix this, right, Miss Aquila? It's going to be difficult. I can pay you. For representation? Yes.
Nina...
Let me think, Dylan.
Put it this way, we can look into Anya's case, but if we don't help this guy, then there will be no one's name on the door in a month.
I really wish I hadn't turned away those boys with the volleyball thing. Hank, Kaisuke, and even Jocelyn. I think they're all being truthful. They were rivals.
So, none of them actually saw her wreck.
Yes, they just
know that she turned off her lights or something, came around the corner ahead of them, and then crashed.
I don't even know if they saw the crash itself. I think they saw that her headlights turned off, and then they were when they turned the corner, she was already ahead of them somehow, but like crashed. So it's possible.
And Hank heard it.
Yeah, I think so. So
part of it.
What I'm thinking is maybe the person that was racing them up until that point was actually someone else using an identical vehicle to make it look like it was her driving, but she was actually already dead by the time the race started.
Oh. Huh. But then where would the other car have gone?
Well, it just turned off its headlight and disappeared. Nick's in the same headspace as me. I'm glad we're on the same page.
What headspace is that?
The thinking that she was already dead before the race even started, and that the car in the race was an imposter. They're rivals, but I don't believe any of them meant to Clara any harm.
That would explain the lights being turned off.
Yeah.
And also the reckless driving, because it wasn't actually her.
Exactly.
Wait, did nobody see Clara, like...
No, because remember she was late, and she only turned up when the race was actually about to start.
Right.
Anya, would you take their case if you were in my shoes? I think you would.
Is that the Phoenix Wright moment of, like... Nina's eye patch?
Oh, I mean, I could, but I think they want me to give the ID.
Oh.
The accident was staged somehow, and she was dead before the crash. That could also be, yeah. Mr. Agaki, I formally accept your request for representation.
Don't forget me. I want in on this too.
Of course, Mr. Castle. If you want to hire me for my services... In fact, do you want to be represented as a group? It makes things easier to...
I do not wish to be represented. What? You heard what I said. Joe, I know you're upset, but...
That was sudden.
Yeah. That's what you're worried about? We need to present a united front, or it might make us look guilty. Nina, is there anything you could do?
Sorry, guys, but no. As much as I share your concern, I can't compel her to accept a legal counsel. If she refuses, that's her choice to make.
The power of the bunnies who compel you.
Oh my god.
The power of the bunnies who compel you.
Maybe I can talk to her later. She might change her mind once things have sunk in a bit more. Well, both of you formally hired Aquila in defense law. Nina, Aquila. No, both of you have formally hired Aquila Defense and Law to represent you in court. That means we need to get moving while you guys sit tight. We gotta try and build a case before the trial tomorrow. And a long drive back up to the spire. Wait. Oh?
Sup, nerd?
When we were arrested, the police took our cars. They'll be at the police impound. Where's that?
I know. It's to the south, across the river by the airport.
Great, then let's get going. Should we be concerned that Dylan just knows where the police impound is?
I'm assuming he's been impounded.
Probably, yeah.
By the airport.
Okay, so this is a big map.
Yeah.
There we go. Police and people inbound January 6th. All right.
Why is it next to the airport?
I don't know. You sure this is the place?
Yep, airport parking lot, basement level.
Yeah, he's been impounded before, that's for sure. He knows this way too well.
That or maybe Terry has, and he's had to bail him out.
That's also possible.
This is the police impound.
How do you know about this?
I had to collect something a few years back.
Right. Let's just sidestep that. Let's see if we can check out the Ace's cars. I'm here to see some cars.
Wow.
There's no entry to the impound without authorization. I know the word authorization, but for some reason it's spelled out like that.
With an S instead of a Z?
Is it normally spelled with a Z?
Yes. At least the American English way of spelling it is a Z.
Oh, okay. And this is a Canadian game? Well, it's made by a Canadian developer at the very least.
That's my assumption anyway.
Yeah.
So they use the UK style.
Okay.
With S.
Do you have anything that grants you permission to be here? Here, I'm a defense attorney. Some of my clients' cars are here. Another lawyer. Another lawyer?
That's right. Chad Skellington was here already.
Chad Skellington?
I don't know why I said Skellington.
Skellington?
Yeah. Instead of Jack Skellington, Chad Skellington. It's just him, but like the muscles are like extra buff.
Oh my god. Wait, wouldn't it be...
The skeleton is like extra like muscularly buff looking.
How can a skeleton be muscular? It's...
Really, really thick bones.
Okay. Hey, don't I
He looks ripped even though he's just a skeleton.
Good grief. You were at the casino. Just hold on while I check you in.
Casino?
Yeah, from the last case.
Oh.
So how come the impound is at the airport? The Yu-Gi-Oh tournament or whatever it was taking place at a casino.
Okay. I heard it had to do with covering up some suspicious construction.
Jack Skellington, but with the Chad face.
Yes, absolutely.
Another conspiracy theory?
It's not like I actually believe it.
It's not like that. This is the basement of a huge airport parking lot. The cop just bought out the whole floor. It's probably easier than building a facility from scratch.
I guess that makes sense.
Excuse me, miss. You're clear to come and go. Just be aware that you can't remove anything from the impound without police paperwork. Are photographs okay? Notes? Those are fine. Have a good day. Okay. I don't know.
Aquila.
Oh, it's Chad.
Chad Hawk. Okay.
God damn it. Because her name is so similar, and because you were doing it in like the spooky voice, like the Aquila, it reminded me of like the Akira! Ah! Get out of my head! Leave me alone! Akira! Ah! Aquila! Oh, get out of my head! Leave me alone! Aquila! Chad Hawk? Are you prosecuting for the DA's office? The Virgin Aquila versus the Chad Hawk, yeah.
Well, I'm certainly not here for the aesthetic appeal. I just came over to have a look with my own eyes, as it were. I assume you're representing the Aces.
Actually, yes. Yes, I am. Maybe a bit more economical, Ren. Maybe a bit more economical, whatever.
Hmm.
What's he smiling about?
You really do pick them.
I really... You're teasing me.
I would never.
A sense of humor. There's a surprise. Besides, my clients pick me, Chad.
Then you have my sympathy.
Look, we can exchange verbal barbs across... Exchange barbs, huh? If we can exchange verbal barbs across the basement parking lot all day, but I suspect neither of us have the time.
Quite right, quite right.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and no hard feelings over the scrub case.
None at all, Chad. We won.
I'll see you in court.
Who was that?
Prosecutor Hawk. He works for the DA. He and Nina don't see eye to eye.
It's a professional dispute.
The last time we talked about him, you called him a bit...
We've got work to do. Do you guys know much about cars?
Not really. More than you, but I'm no expert.
I can disassemble these and tune them up with only a rag and a sport.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah. Wow, really? What can I say? I'm the Diamond's team mechanic. Okay, then let's have a look at each of them, and you can tell me what we need to know. Alright. Well, let's go into the darkness. It's not a good idea to wander around the parking lot on foot.
What?
Why is the parking lot so dark? I'm probably just for gameplay.
Also mostly empty, because if it's an impound lot, shouldn't this be like full to the brim, basically, with like hundreds of cars?
Well, I assume this city doesn't get much crime, I guess?
There were literally people stealing souls and stuffing them into card monsters last game, Nick.
Okay, so you'll get like your occasional demon summoning, but other than that,
Occasional? There was a whole casino tournament dedicated to this thing.
yeah. I like
That we took part in.
That is true. We did. We summoned our own demons as well. I wonder if our soul is tarnished.
Is that why we wear the eye patch? Because it's like the other, like the window to our darker half of our soul. Or
Well, we had the eye patch even before that case.
I know.
I like these ones when I saw them up at the spire. They're small and sporty.
These are an import, right?
That's right. These are the chosen car of the Burning Hearts. From what I understand, Hank always had preferred the 80s stylings of bodywork. This is a Matsuya XR8, a Japanese domestic model.
Okay, it's making fun of the Mazda RX-8.
Gotcha. So the driver's side is on the right. That's correct. Japan drives on the left side of the road because their highway system is very similar to Britain's.
Interesting.
But not so important for our purposes. When you see... Ren, do you see anything unusual about this car? Give me a couple of minutes. No, seems in pretty good order. The tires are worn, there are a few bumps and scratches, but those are superficial. They'll be consistent with what the aces told us. Okay. This one looks a bit ordinary? For a street racing car, I mean.
Whoa, is this a real-life Jill 80?
You have a good eye. What's a Gelady? These are the chosen car of the Dancing Diamonds, and their plane appearance is just a disguise.
Nina, these cars are a hybrid. You can't buy them like this. You have to build them.
Each of them started life as an Impresion 180 GX.
Impreza...
JX.
I'm not... Nissan?
Probably. Which is heavily modified.
Nissan.
Yeah. Which is heavily modified with parts from
And then price on
Jilva. Jilvia. They removed some of the visual flair, but those parts are cheaper and surprisingly performant. I assembled all of them by hand. This car's at GDM 2, right? So the driver's side is on the right? Yep. Man, do you see anything unusual about this particular car?
Oh, I figured it out. So the car that crashed and whatnot, all of the regular racing cars have the driver's side on the right side, but the one that's the imposter has it on the left side, like an American model.
Probably.
Calling it now.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good prediction. I was trying to think of the word. It's in pretty good condition. Just a few scratches here and there. Nothing I can't buff out. Great, we'll make note of that. Alright, last one. This one looks very different. Is this one domestic? Well spotted. This one's an American. This one's as American as you or I. Technically, I'm...
Maybe let's focus on the cars.
Fine. These are the chosen car of the metal clubs. Although not everyone on their team uses one, but that's a story for another day.
Okay, so you've got your Asian, like, tuners, you've got your, like, European-style hybrids, and then you've got your American muscle cars. The three various, like, hybrid, or, like, archetypes of street racing cars.
Makes sense, I guess. What would make... So the fourth one isn't here because it was totaled. But what would that one be?
I'm guessing probably some kind of American or European sports car, like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe a,
well,
like a Corvette.
Well, didn't they say that hers was an import, so it would have a... Because the driver's side would have been switched to?
Right. So maybe it's also some kind of, like, Asian tuner.
I'm sure we'll get a look at it at some point.
Yeah.
These are highly highly tuned sedan with parts from that manufacturer's muscle car model. Man, do you see anything unusual about this particular car? Let me have a closer look. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, that was like the theme of a closer look with Seth Meyers. Because he said, let's have a closer look, so... Never mind.
Okay.
What the? What's wrong? Yeah, this car sustained significant damage to the passenger side front wing. How significant? It must have collided with something. Another car? Could have been. Not good.
This is bad, right? Jobson's car has signs of collision damage.
We don't know if that was a collision with another car.
You can bet that Chad Hawk is going to push that angle, though.
And of course, it's Jocelyn's car, who is the one who refuses to speak to us, basically. So we can't, like, talk to her about it.
We should go back to the police detention. Maybe speak to Jocelyn.
Jocelyn doesn't want to talk. That was clear right at our last meeting. So what do you do now? I think we found everything that we're going to find. Time to head back up to the Rustro Spire. It's getting towards evening, so if we're going, we should go now. Let's take my car. Okay. You're clear to come and go. Have a good day.
Wait, so did we just walk all the way across town instead of...
We sure did.
We didn't even, like, take the bus or something?
Looks like we're walking.
Okay.
And now we're getting into our car so we can go to the mountain. See, we only take our car for long distances. However, like, I would love it if our cities were as walkable as this, but unfortunately...
Right, and so, like, large?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to take our cars everywhere.
Yeah. Capitalism!
Yeah.
Speaking of, say, Nina, you think Ryoko's gonna be up at the Spire?
Who knows? Maybe, maybe not.
You okay?
Nina, you know Yoko? Can we not talk about this? Suit yourself, forget I asked.
Just instantly like, alright,
Yeah.
never mind.
I knew they say unrealistic to walk in an American city like that. So true.
There's a lot of people here again.
Yeah. I'm gonna check with the other Dancing Diamond team members. Maybe they've heard something. Okay, Ren. Okay.
Why didn't we just go straight to the site of the accident?
Look over there.
A police checkpoint. Wow.
That's why. They must want us to keep the road clear.
So, what do we do?
We should try to speak with that Trey guy, maybe even Ryoko. We really need to find a way to get to the scene of the accident. If police have blocked the road, we need to see if we can get through.
And if they refuse?
We find another way. Okay?
The illegal way.
Oh my god, I didn't realize this was going to be an important conversation. I thought I was just talking to a random... Didn't you go over at the card gaming convention? DFA? Yeah, it's a hobby. Or sometimes he's only like 20 people in the city. Okay. So it was actually a joke about how they were using the same
assets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all the same. Okay, that's the same.
All right.
Hey, you were here last night, right? That I was. And you are? Ian Aquila. I'm a defense attorney, and it's my PA, Dylan Merlot. A lawyer. You come here often? Every day. I'm the custodian. Of the parking lot? What, do you think did you think it took care of itself? I suppose not. How come you're here so late? Maybe it's a round-the-clock job? What do you care? Someone's got to clean up after those racer kids. Do you know the racers? These punks? Sorry, I forgot to say. I'm representing some of the people who were arrested last night. Not sure why you talked to me. Well, you spend a lot of time up here. I thought maybe you'd have something. Nope. I'm looking for anything I can use to establish what happened. Did you see anything unusual last night? No. I mean, no. You didn't think about that? Maybe I wanted to give you an honest answer. You think about that? Hey, it's fine. You didn't see anything. Why so argumentative?
So he did see something.
So,
dun, dun, dun.
You think this tank has something to do with it, or you think it's a red herring?
Considering that's all we ever say about it is, what is this thing? I'm going for now, at least, red herring.
Okay. You see anything unusual last night? He says, nuh-uh. Take off the gas mask and paneling himself? What would it be metal about that? Can you be the Mohawk guy?
I think that's a chick, because that's what...
Oh, is it?
Right, because that's... I know, the queen is a rank, not like a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Milo.
Hi, Milo. Hey, you're working... Hey, you're working with Ren, right?
That's right.
Sorry, but I don't know anything else about what happened last... Oh, let's say that's the other one.
Okay. Oh, I thought maybe it would be different. Okay. So this one looks like the car that was in the race. Okay, so wait. If this is Trey's car, then why are we not investigating it?
Because... Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And just regular, like, watcher cars or something, or people for a hot dog.
Alright. Oh.
Everyone, please. This has been a difficult time for all of us. Some of us lost a dear friend. And others lost even more.
He keeps glancing at that car, as though it has some kind of special significance. Maybe I should take another look at it.
Ryoko and I are here tonight in case the police need to ask us any questions. But I give you my word. To Janken Racing on the Russia Spire will continue. And we will not rest until those who did this are brought to justice. Okay.
Yeah, well...
He is dreaming.
Oh my god, he is bisexual energy. You think so?
The guy knows how to whip up a crowd.
Maybe, but that crowd's going to make it impossible to talk to him. So from what was in that speech, I doubt Trey will have much to say about this. Okay, was it this car that... Yeah. Nina? Oh, sorry, that was you. Sorry. It must have been for a reason. My brain.
Nina, you got a sec?
What is it?
Before you start thinking out loud, I think Ryoko's in that car.
How do you figure?
Well, Trey just said that they were up at the Spire tonight in case the police needed to talk to them. But we can't see Ryoko anywhere.
Oh wow, he's probably right.
I wonder why she just sit in her car.
I think that Ryoko and Clara were close. Thanks, Ed. Oh.
What? What is it?
I just realized something. Not important.
Yeah, if you say so.
Poor Ryoko. I had no idea.
In any case, if she needed to be here and didn't want people to see her, then her car's a good place to be, what with the darkened windows.
Yeah, wait. Also, is Nina assuming maybe they were like lesbian, like a lesbian couple? Is that what she, like?
That's my assumption.
Okay, because I was that would be my assumption too with how she just reacted.
Because Trey was all like, some of us lost a dear friend, and then looks at the car, and some of us even more.
Okay, yeah.
So...
Gotcha. All right, fair enough. Yeah, wait.
No, wait. Just like all media, they were roommates.
They were roommates. Ah. Do all the street racing cars have darkened windows?
I think so. All the ones we've seen, anyway.
All right.
The police might tolerate it to some degree due to just how remote this place is, but mountain road racing is still technically illegal.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I didn't realize. I thought maybe you would have new dialogue after I looked at it one time, but... Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
This has a lot of dialogue, yeah. Talk to police, maybe? Please, remain within the parking lot. This road is closed for the time being. I'm gonna switch on that magnetic personality. Why are you here? Why have the police close the road? A criminal incident. Criminal? With all due respect, officer, it hasn't been established that the murder took place. Who said anything about murder? I'm talking about speeding! What? I hardly think that speeding is a thing to focus on here. These street racers think they're a law unto themselves. Well, I, Rhonda Haste, the greatest traffic cop in the history of Fledge City PD, will not stand for it. Greatest traffic? Surely that's not a thing. It is too. I've issued more citations for speeding and illegal parking than any other cop in Fledge City PD history.
Again, with like 20 people.
Yeah. No criminal escapes Haste. Especially now.
She's so up on it. She's even given herself a speeding ticket when she's gone like a mile over.
Yeah.
On accident.
Now? What do you mean now? What's so important about right now? I've been reporting these street racer types for years, but my superiors have never taken me seriously. Too remote, they said. I had understood that the racer safety record has been pretty good so far. That doesn't make their activities legal. One positive thing to come out of this tragedy is that finally, the ringleaders will be safely behind bars where they belong. Now, if you excuse me, I am under orders to refuse access to anyone but police. Oh yeah? What's this? I'm a defense attorney, representing... I'm under orders to only allow police through this cordon, as in my colleague at the bottom of the mountain. And you're not police.
And she actually refused to allow us to access the site?
Now look here. I have my orders and I intend to follow them. If you disagree, you can raise your objections with my superior. Okay, where's your superior? At the crash site.
Could she really do that?
It's called malicious compliance. She can refuse temporarily, but on the understanding she facilitates our access. Telling us to talk to her superior is her facilitating for us. It's not against the rules per se, but it violates the spirit in which they were written. Either way, we'll have to find another way to the site. A-cab. Ren, did you find anything out? Did you find out anything useful? Sorry, no. Everyone was here for the start of the race, apart from a couple guys, but they were at the finish line. It was so cold last night that no one wandered down to watch mid-course.
It was snowing after all.
I guess. Ren, we need to get to the crash site, but the police at the barricade won't let us through. You want to ram it? I can probably rig up some ram bars to your car. No! No! I'm a defense attorney, not an action hero.
It would work.
Not the point. I was going to ask, is there any other way to get onto the course? Maybe going around the barricade?
Just like scoots a little bit further, goes around the barricade, and continues driving down where it was.
Yeah. Actually, yes, there is. You got a map? Yeah, I took a picture of the tourist map. Okay, give me your phone. I need to doodle some extra info. There we go. And this line you've drawn. Yep, it's a dirt road. I'll take you around to the parking lot, as far as the 7th Street. When you hit the end of the dirt road, just keep going. You'll come out onto the downhill course. I also put a mark on for where the crash site ought to be, if that's where the aces... if it's where the aces told us. Okay, Ren. Dylan and I make our way there. We might finish pretty late. Can you make your own way home? I'll cut your ride. Don't worry about me. See you at the courtroom tomorrow.
Okay.
Alright. Can we... No, we cannot talk to Terry.
Wow.
Wait, what'd you say? Huh. Okay. Also, can we, like, cross the street? No.
Oh, alright.
Alright, fair enough. Is there anything else we can look at? Like, can I look at the sign? No? Okay. What's this game about? It's like a Ace Attorney game, basically.
Hmm.
Now there's a familiar face. Oh, I think you were Flatfoot?
Nita Aquila, as I live and breathe.
Evening, Detective Flatfoot.
Am I to presume by your presence?
Aquila Defense and Law acting as representation, yes. Though I only just got here, no thanks to one of your traffic cops.
Rhonda.
Yep, she could do us a stern reminder about a few things.
Sorry. This is some kind of personal vendetta to her. It's her big chance to...
To nail the aces to the wall? Yeah, she gave me the whole spiel.
Well, you're here now. If you're defending, then as usual, you have full access to the scene. We've been here a few hours already, so feel free to ask us anything.
Thanks, Detective. Okay, let's get started.
What are we looking for?
Honestly, anything. What happened? Have you managed to produce a working theory about what happened?
I'm not sure what your clients told you, Miss Aquila, but to us it seems pretty clear. What we see makes us think that one of the aces nudged Clara's car as I came around the turn. That pushed her off the road and into the side barricade. Now, the three of them are colluding to try and defuse the blame.
You have a reason to believe that one of them intentionally shunted Clara's car?
Shunted is a strong word. So it could have been an accident? I'm inclined to say it wasn't. Clara was familiar with these roads. All four of them were. And if I'm being honest, they were involved in an illegal street race.
That's a means, not a motive, Detective.
True, but I suspect the court won't give much benefit of the doubt. Endangerment caused by such reckless activity basically borders on murder.
Not good.
What do you need to know?
I heard that the police tolerated the racing up on the spire. So why is Rhonda Hayes so obsessed with catching the aces?
Rhonda? She's a traffic cop. I guess she has a natural dislike of illegal street racers. Comes with the job. She's actually the best that Flint City PD has ever had. She tell you that?
It came up.
In any case, the racing here is still illegal. Don't you get the wrong idea. Just the road is pretty unused now, and it's too remote. Policing it to catch organized street racers isn't good use to police time.
It's true that they're pretty organized. I heard their safety record was good, too, prior to all this.
Well, yes and no.
What?
They're organized because of what happened back in the 80s.
In the 80s?
From what I understand, in 1981, there was a fatality during a race. The leader of the Rostro Racers, their Joker, as they call it, took the responsibility and stepped down from mountain racing.
What happened to them?
Who knows? But it was enough to get the racers to adopt some safer practices.
I haven't expected to run into Chad Hawk up here. We saw him down at the police impound.
Oh, Chad wouldn't come up here. He'll just read our report.
Are you so sure about that?
Yep, Chad doesn't like heights. And he can't drive.
He can't drive?
He probably got the bus to the inbound. What do you need to know?
Do you have a cause of death?
We'll be working up a more detailed report, as usual, but I don't think we'll need it in this case.
Why?
Clara's body has been taken to the morgue, but she had a clear head wound, and her blood was on the steering wheel. All of that suggests that when the car struck the barricade, her head was thrown forward and struck the wheel. She probably died instantly.
Was she in that position when your officers arrived at the scene?
No. From what we understand, the other aces removed her body from the car and tried to administer CPR. That also supports the theory that her death was quick.
That supports what the aces said.
No seatbelt? No airbag? From what we could see, the seatbelt was slack, probably just improperly fitted. There was no airbag. I guess they stripped it out to light the car for racing. We put together a dossier on this. You're welcome to a copy.
Can you tell me much about Clara Mass?
She occupied some kind of respected position among these street racers. She held the current position of Joker, which is the group's de facto leader. Outside of that, though, I knew her.
You did?
Just in passing. She was pointed out to me a few years ago at a charity dinner, sponsored by the police. We never actually spoke. What I know is that she was from Flint City and was independently wealthy. Some of a high society heiress.
So the street racing was just...
I suppose. She was a patron of the arts and supported multiple charitable causes. She was popular. Taryn Kestrel half expected to see Clara run for mayor someday.
Aaron, you mean the DA?
That's right, though it was just idle gossip. Nina, who's the DA?
The district attorney, Taryn Kestrel, Jet Hawk's boss.
In any case, I have a dossier on her. You're welcome to a copy.
Have you performed a tire track analysis?
Tire track analysis?
The police can map the tire tracks of an accident. It lets them create a computer model of what happened.
Wow, that's impressive. So, what happened? Inconclusive.
Excuse me?
This track is only really used for mountain racing, but that means we have cars with similar profiles doing the same thing over and over again.
I get it.
I don't.
It's like trying to pull fingerprints off of a door handle to a bank robbery after a robbery. Sure, the robbers probably opened the door, but so did 10,000 other people within a prior few weeks.
Exactly right. The problem is the lack of tire rubber, except there's too much. Even the verges at the side of the road are chewed up. Now, snow was falling when the accident happened. The snow was fresh everywhere, too, so no help there either.
Alright. But city PD car. Keeping it out of the road, ma'am. Detective Flat Book and answer any questions you may have. Alright. Let's examine the car model. It's an unusual model, with that black hood. Oh man, we don't have Ren here to like tell us about the car.
Yeah. That's a carbon fiber hood. It's light, but strong.
Then why just replace the hood?
Other panels are more complex to replace, but the hood is easy. You could probably do it. Plus, replacing the whole body is kinda overkill sometimes. The car is a Mitsubishi AG88. A kit car? That's right, these can only be purchased as kits. Apparently all the Spade's cars were built by Trey Gearson, their mechanic.
There seems to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, the front bumper and driver's side have sustained heavy damage from the crash. The engine bottom too. The car won't start.
So, in the parking lot, we saw Trey's car, and it was identical to this one.
Mm-hmm.
You think Trey did it?
No, because we saw him as the race started. Unless you think someone's also impersonating him, or used his car to impersonate showing up.
But didn't he leave soon after the race started? But then again, they probably wouldn't have any...
A little while after, with Ryoko,
yeah.
because they didn't hear anything about a finish.
Right. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah, that probably isn't likely then. Wait. The driver's side front wheel is missing?
Yep, it's just gone. We assumed it happened during the crash.
How come?
All three other wheels are damaged in some way. Tracking, riding, even if you had the fourth wheel, the car wouldn't drive straight with this sort of damage.
Have you managed to recover the wheel? Or is it somewhere nearby?
No, we haven't found it. Then again...
Most of the downhill course that has the same cliff edge. You can see Fletchity from here. You think it went over the cliff?
It's not an unreasonable assumption, seeing as though we can't find it.
Okay, but isn't that like on the other side of the road though? How would the wheel...
That's the direction gravity is going, because it's bent that way, because that's just a sheer drop, and then you can see the city down on the bottom of the mountain.
But the wheel is on this side, so it would have to like... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, also this is a surprisingly straight area for what's supposed to be like a hairpin turn.
Well, if we can look at the map again, I think it was like a bit after the hairpin turn. Strange. Anything else?
Detective, why is this car missing its license plates?
Ah, you're right. It has no plates.
Well spotted. Truthfully, we don't actually know.
Because it's not her car. It's someone switched cars or whatever. At least that's an honest answer.
Plate City technically only requires the drivers to display one plate, but that doesn't explain why this car has none at all. Did it have one at the start of the race?
I mean, I want to say yes, but I don't actually remember.
Gotta admit, I didn't look either. Sometimes debris from the road strikes a car's bumper, shattering the plate. It's rare, but it happens. Could have happened earlier in the evening.
Still, it's strange. That's it. Okay, I think we found everything that we're going to find. Though nothing that really gives a complete picture of what happened. If only there was a witness. Still, let's head back to the office.
Nina, can we make a quick pit stop?
You want to get hot dogs?
Mind reader.
Sounds good. Let's take the car back up the mountain. Okay, bye.
Oh, Miss Aquila, before you leave, I forgot to tell you about something.
What is it, detective?
One of the pieces of evidence is a photograph.
A photograph?
A photograph!
Look at this photograph!
That's it. That's the meme.
Yeah.
A photographer was up on the mountain last night. Apparently, he takes many pictures of the racers on the later hairpins. I think his name was Marco West.
Marco, that dealer. What does this have to do with him? I've heard the name. Wasn't he the one who called the police?
That's right, but he also took a photo of the immediate aftermath of the incident.
Fantastic. Can we get a copy of the photo?
Marco, he took it home to develop it.
Develop it? What does he think this is? 1995?
He's a bit of a hipster, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I haven't actually seen the picture either. But when Chad spoke to Marco about what the photo's expected to show, I'm just saying you should be aware of it, as it's going to come up. A professional courtesy, understand? If it were a digital photo, I'd be giving you a copy, but this is the best I could do.
Thanks, detective.
No problem. Safe trip back. Okay, so someone managed to take a photo of right after the accident. Do you think this photo is going to show the car with the license plate and the tire still there?
Possibly. And also, if he took a picture of it right as it happened before the other racers got there, then that should also show her in the car, because the detective said that by the time they got there, she was already out because they tried to give her CPR.
Right.
Okay, let's grab some hot dogs and then we can head home.
He's going to be out again.
Oh, of course.
Okay, that'll be $4.50.
I think I have... Yeah, here's the right change.
Thanks. Hey, T-Bro, we came back.
I'm actually starting to feel pretty hungry, too.
Don't quite know how to break this to you guys, but, I just sold out. The last customer bought my final hot dog for the evening. No way! Sorry, I opened pretty early tonight, and it's been kind of busy, what with there being no racing. Everyone's been stuck hanging around the parking lot. 0 for 2, man.
I guess it's good for business. How are you liking your new job?
I'm loving it. It's great to be outside, seeing so many people, being an important service. Plus, from the truck, I serve pretty much everyone and see all the comings and goings.
See all the comings and maybe... Harry, did you serve a hot dog to clear a mass at all last night? Like before Dylan and I arrived up here, this fire.
No, I didn't. I would remember too. Come to think of it, she came to the truck on most nights she was up here. I saw her car arrive at 10 p.m. when she pulled up at the start of the race. I had assumed she was just running late, and had just come from her home in Fletch City.
Yeah, okay. This further supports my theory that she was dead before the race even started.
Plus, also, it wouldn't have been able to see because they all have darkened windows, so no one could actually tell
Yeah.
if it was her or someone else behind the vehicle.
Exactly.
Or if it was even the same vehicle at all, given the fact that apparently the car is missing the license plates entirely.
Yeah. Excuse me, are you okay? You look like... It's nothing, really. I just thought I... No, really, it's nothing. I wonder what that was about.
I wouldn't take it personally, Nina. The culture here thrives on face, and I'm honest, you don't have any.
Face?
Yeah, face. Like, props, vibes, respect, kudos, cred, likes, recognition, reputation.
I get it. It's like Reddit karma. Because she's a Redditor.
Right. Plus, it's a community of illegal street racers. They're not fun to police or lawyers. Like I said, don't take it personally.
Well, I guess all there is to do now is head back home.
Sorry, guys. I'll try to make it up to you some other time.
Okay, well.
I'm just gonna close it up. Nina, something just occurred to me. Did you see Ryoko at the start of the Ace race last night?
No, but I had no reason to expect she'd be nearby. I didn't know she was a street racer.
That's just it. Surely you would have noticed her. No offense, but when you spotted her later on, just for a moment, you look like you'd just been struck by lightning.
I was kind of hoping I was the only one who noticed that, but okay.
Anyway, Ryoko was obviously close to Clara. Wouldn't she be at the start line?
I guess.
You look worried.
I'm just trying to piece things together. Clara and the Aces were racing. Something happened. Moments later, Clara was dead. The stuff we found doesn't make what happened between any clearer. Just what are we missing here? And what could be on that photograph?
Puzzled. Oh, yeah, and the gratuitous
Yeah. And the gorditos.
crunch. Okay.
Woo!
Are you finished?
Dylan?
I crashed here again, remember? Look, if you're ready, I need to use the shower before we go to court.
Oh, we're getting into a court case. Okay, cool. You ready?
Good to go, boss.
Okay, time to go to the courthouse.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the elevator.
Yeah.
By the way, next to the tower.
Oh, I thought that was a courthouse for some reason. Great, looks like Ren is already here. Let's meet up with him and get to the bench. Nina, I got here in time. Where do I sit? That's actually something I wanted to ask you about, Ren. Do you think you can keep a cool head throughout the trial? I mean, I guess. Why? Yesterday, something became very obvious to me. You know cars, and we don't. That potentially makes you our new expert, if you feel up for it. You really want my help? Only if you can pull yourself together and stay that way.
Nina, don't you think you're being a bit harsh?
I'm being direct. There's a lot riding on this, and we don't have the luxury of time. Think you can do it? Won't even bend a fender. I'll be your expert. Great.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you don't have a chair, though. Is here okay? That's great, Ren.
Is it okay to have experts right on the bench like this?
Yeah, it's permitted if some aspect of the case requires specialist knowledge. Anya shoot it all the time.
Hello again, Miss Aquila. I see you have a new face on the bench.
Chad.
Did you feel needed to bring in some extra help?
You can say what you want, Chad, but I came here today with a car expert. You, on the other hand, don't even drive.
Nina.
You think so? I thought so.
You're right. I don't drive. I have people for that. I prosecute.
I think his was better.
No, it wasn't.
Are they always like this?
For what I've observed, yes.
I'm standing right here, you know. All rise for the Honorable Judge Connie. Also, I think you were the judge as well.
Please be seated. We are here today. Miss Aquila, I see you are joined at the bench by another advisor. Can you explain this before we begin?
Yes, Your Honor. This man is Stan Renson, or Ren to his friends. He's an expert on automobile design, maintenance, and construction. The defense requests his presence due to the nature of this case.
Your Honor, strictly speaking, counsel can invite anyone to the bench as long as they are not disruptive. In the interest of expediency, the prosecution would like to voice that we have no objections.
Expediency? What have you got? It must be quite competent in it.
Very well. We are here today in the observance of an unusual case. 3 individuals are to be tried concurrently. Kaisuke Akage, also known as the Ace of Diamonds, Hank Castle, also known as the Ace of Hearts, and Jocelyn Montefiore, also known as the Ace of Clubs. These individuals were involved in actions which led to the death of Clara Mass, a wealthy socialite, also known as the Ace of Spades. Collectively, they stand accused of murder by reckless endangerment, involuntary manslaughter, as well as murder in the first degree.
In the first degree, damn. What the? Murder in the first degree?
Nina, is the judge suggesting that one of the H's intentionally killed Clara Mass?
I don't understand it either.
I'd like to continue, Miss Aquila.
Apologies, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Hawk, are you prepared for the case? As always, Your Honor. And you, Miss Aquila.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. One of these days, it's gonna be true. Anyway, wish I had taken up those boys on the volleyball thing.
Very well. Mr. Hawk, please state the prosecution's case. With pleasure. Your Honor, the 3 accused individuals were arrested on the night before last at a corner on the Rostro Pass. This is a road, one seldom used in winter. It's far to the north, but still within the limits of Fledge City's jurisdiction. The road itself is on the slopes of the Rostro Spire, the tallest mountain in the region, and is somewhat infamous for its use in the culture of illicit mountain pass racing. For clarity, this is a form of illegal street racing. When the police arrived, these 3 individuals were found at the site of a driving-related incident. Present at the scene was the body of Clara Mass, herself a street racer. Clara Mass was dead.
Which you can assume by when you say the body of.
Additionally, her car, a Mitsuyoda AG88, was badly damaged. This followed many eyewitness reports that these 4 individuals set off from the Rostro Vista parking lot in 4 cars and were taking part in an unsanctioned street race. The prosecution asserts that the other 3 individuals colluded to cause the death of Clara Mass. And we intend to prove this via witness testimony.
That's a lie. The Aces would never. Ren, what are we talking about?
Order!
Order! Miss Aquila, is your expert counsel going to be a problem?
Nina, I know it's hard, Ren, but if you want to help, you need to keep a lid on it. Okay. I apologize on behalf of my expert, Your Honor. This is his first time in court. There'll be no further outbursts.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Hawk, for your summary of the case. Bailiff, please bring in the defendants. Freeze.
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 I feel like that happened.
I'm gonna freeze.
Hold on. I'm looking this up, actually. Because I feel like that's not even the first time we made that, or I guess you specifically made that little,
verbal typo.
Yeah, verbal typo. Hold on. I think I can find it. Your videos. Can I search specifically my videos? Please. JustBoredGaming, I guess. Since you're not gonna let me. Gaming. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Please begin your cross-examination.
We turn the fan on here.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. That's why I'm having so many verbal typos. My brain's cooking.
Fair enough.
Castle, Ace of Hearts. I work as a producer at a TV show production company.
Kaisuke Agaki, Ace of Diamonds. I work as a delivery driver.
Jocelyn. Take your time. Jocelyn Montefiore, Ace of Clubs. I work as a studio tech at Fledge City Records. Records like for music? Yes, Your Honor. Bands, singers, that kind of thing. Your Honor, while each of the defenses has stated their day job profession, their occupation in this case relates more to their nighttime activities. Each of the people before you is a notorious...
Objection.
She said it, so I don't... Your Honor, the prosecution's use of the word notorious is leading.
Objection!
I simply mean to say that they have notoriety within their community. While I can understand Miss Aquila's position, I agree with Mr. Hawk in this particular instance. Overruled, Miss Aquila. Let's not quibble over such fine details at this stage. As I was saying, these three individuals are notorious within Flood City's illegal street racing scene. Again, there's like 20 people in the whole town, so
Yeah.
I mean, how much can this really get around?
Right.
I'm assuming that a lot of the reused assets are to people who are just like tourists from other cities or something coming in to
Probably.
watch.
Yeah. Chad's staring at me like he expects me to object to that. Not a chance. They're illegal street racers. That's beyond contention.
In fact, each of these people is a leader in one of the city's street racing teams. The prosecution requests, then, that this is recorded as their occupation in addition to their actual job.
Really making me of this one, aren't you, Chad? The defense does not dispute this, Your Honor.
Very well. Please examine, in brief, why you were up on the... explain, in brief, why were you up on the Rostra Spire on the night in question?
Your Honor, each year, the Rostra Racers, that is to say, the street racers of Rostra Spire, compete for the title of Joker. Our Joker is the leader of our community.
I see. You're awfully organized, considering that this is all built around the practice of illegal street racing?
In any case, the night in question was the night where we had intended to select a new Joker.
In some years, this is, one on points, where there's a clear candidate based on all the races of the season. This year, we required a race-off, an ace race. Race-off? The competition was unusually close this year, which meant that all four of us had to take part. I understand. So, in that case, who is this Joker now?
Excuse me?
Your race was to select a new leader. Who is this leader now?
Well, we don't know.
When we started the race, Clara was Joker, but the race didn't finish. And Clara's dead.
This is an unprecedented situation. The community will probably have to select a new Joker via some other means once this is all over.
In that case, street racing, though illegal, is something of a misdemeanor. We'll deal with that at another hearing. But with regards to today's proceedings, the three of you are aware of the charges put forth by the prosecution. How do you plead? Not guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
I plead...
Objection!
Your Honor, regarding a matter of protocol,
Just wondering why you bring this up.
only two of the defendants have accepted the services of Aquila Defense and Law. Miss Jocelyn Montefiore did not accept Miss Aquila's offer of counsel. It's improper, therefore, to try them all at the same time. It's unusual, certainly. Miss Aquila, do you have a view on this matter?
Your Honor, as Miss Montefiore isn't a lawyer, it is the norm for the city to assign her a public defender.
By a lottery process? It's improper for you to suggest it would be your firm just because.
Did I hit a nerve? Why doesn't he want me to represent Jocelyn?
Your Honor, may I speak? I may be able to resolve this. I request to plead the fifth.
The fifth? It means that she refuses to testify. As she hasn't accepted my counsel, I can't advise her about why that's a bad idea.
Are you certain, Miss Montefiore? I refuse to enter a formal plea. Very well, you have that right, but I request that I stand alongside my friends. Surely... Silence, Mr. Hawk. I need a moment to consider this.
Please, Judge Tawny.
Given the alternatives, the only prudent course is to allow you to stand. However, Miss Montefiore, this is highly irregular. If you're playing games in my courtroom, I'll have you behind bars for contempt so fast you'll think that I'm the fastest within Flood City limits. Am I clear? Crystal, Your Honor. Mr. Castle? Mr. Akagi, Miss Montefiore, the court recognizes your plea. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness.
Okay, here we go. Huh? Hawk's about to bring out a witness who will give a statement. Listen to it, and we have to focus on little details. looking for an inconsistency, a flaw of some kind, which shows the witness is either lying or just mistaken. Don't worry about memorizing the statement though. We'll recap it afterwards. Inconsistencies. Got it. Special Traffic Operator Rhonda Haste! Reporting as requested, ma'am!
Goodness. Miss Haste, can you please, as the kids say, bring it down a notch? And I prefer to be addressed as Your Honor.
Apologies, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is Rhonda Haste, Flood City's most decorated traffic cop. Her record of arrests for highway code violations is peerless in the history of Flood City PD. I see. In that case, this gives me the chance to pose a question that I've been mulling since I became aware of this case. If the activities of the Rostro Racers are so widely known, and obviously illegal, how have they persisted for so long?
I guess someone had to ask. Are you implying our work is unsatisfactory? I'll have you know, I have made arrests that have led to over 400 convictions.
Really, I
have issued over 8,000 citations!
That many?
The eastern wing of the Flood City's Children's Hospital is called the Haste Wing. Do you want to know?
That's quite enough. Officer Haste, your achievements are quite impressive, but I'm asking a specific question. Why does the racing up on the Rostro Spire persist despite your best efforts?
Because those damn pen pushers, those penny pinchers at City Hall.
Your Honor, if I may, the reason is down to how the police force is budgeted. They can't afford to make it their priority. The Rostro Pass has been unused since the construction of new roads around a decade ago. The racers have taken care to avoid accidents. In fact, the latest fatality was all the way back in 1981. Statistically speaking, that makes it one of the safest roads in the city. Officer Haste here has pursued the racers whenever the opportunity arose, but was unable to apprehend the suspects on those occasions.
Those are under less than ideal circumstances. I've appealed to the chief multiple times seeking to mount a sting operation, but those damn bean counters just won't let me do my job. Those racers are a menace, both to other road users and to themselves.
I say, a spirited individual for sure. Thank you, officer. Please move on to your statement.
Witness statement. I was among the team that was dispatched up to the mountain on the day after the incident to assess the scene. It seems obvious that one of the aces, perhaps more than one, barged Clara's car off-road. The street racing is a dangerous pursuit. It's no benefit to the community, and those people should be behind bars. I always knew something bad would happen on the mountain, but the PD would never listen. Well, it's on their heads now.
Sheesh. Very well. Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination.
She seems totally confident in her opinion. Let's shatter that confidence. Alright, so I need to press every statement first.
Okay.
You weren't among the police who went to the scene on the night of the accident? What are you implying? Oh, I mean, I could take the night off, you know.
Nina, sheesh. Everyone needs a night off. There's no need for such a suggestion.
Whoa, sensitive much? I just want to be certain. You came to the scene for the first time on the following day? Yes. Why do you believe that?
Also, sure. Yeah, I see what you mean. Whenever she says hold it, it's like she's like flashing their ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, again, since it's based on like to some extent kind of similar mechanics to like the Ace Attorney games, you would think it would be the usual like hold it point or something, or like this one of your icon, like putting her hand up.
And she does have a sprite that is similar to that, but it's for specifically the objection one. But whatever. Sure, it's self-evident. In that case, can you walk us through it? Fine. Firstly, we interviewed people who were at the base of the course from as early as 8 p.m. Nobody passed by going up or down the mountain. It seems unusual in and of itself.
Actually, the Highways Department at City Hall have survey data for this, taken over a period of several months last year. It suggests that the road is very much disused.
Nobody passed by going up or down the mountain. Plus, we know that no one passed the top of the mountain during or immediately after the race took place. That means no other vehicles could have been involved. That's true. Dylan and I were there. No one passed by until the police and ambulance showed up. There's one more thing. The Rostro Pass downhill is a singular road with no branches or turnoffs. This is why the Rostro racers use it. Isn't it delightful? Those street racer rogues are sewn up by the very thing which attracted them to the mountains roads of our fair city. Poetic justice. Wait, is that scanned? Something doesn't seem right about what Rhonda just said.
Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila?
I don't think there's ever a time when we say no. Yes, I believe it's important.
Very well. Witness, can you please add this to your statement?
Roger pass at one end, no turn-offs, okay.
Hold it!
Couldn't someone have used an off-road vehicle to get access to the route? We actually thought the same possibility, so we looked into it. The bulk of the downhill on one side faces over cliff edges and the precipices. You can actually see Flood City in the distance. Meanwhile, the bulk of the other side is either a steep rise or a dense forest. I'm not aware of any route through that. Okay, so that's what we have to present.
Oh, the dirt road.
The dirt road, yeah. But I'll press everything else first.
Hold it!
You seem pretty dead set against the roster racers. What sort of track cop would I wouldn't be? They're a great stain on my otherwise flawless career. They're my foil, my nemesis, but the antagonist of my one day to be written biography.
Officer, I don't know how to tell you this.
We don't even know who you are.
The defendants will refrain from speaking during the cross-examination, regardless of how timely and amusing their perspective may be.
I get the impression this whole situation is a lot more cinematic inside Rhonda Haste's head.
Hold it!
Are you suggesting the Flood City PD is responsible for this tragedy?
Objection.
Leading question, Your Honor. Sustained, Mr. Hawk. Miss Aquila, please refrain from asking leading questions.
Heh, nice try. It's true that if the police had allowed me to take more an active role, Claire Mass might still be alive today. Still, Flood City PD didn't kill her.
Nina, what's a leading question?
Technically in court, you're not meant to ask a question where the question already contains the answer, or if the question overly guides or leads the witness to your conclusion. Sometimes the court lets it slide if the question or answer is unimportant in the grand scheme, but it's technically against the rules.
What are you thinking?
That Chad has wheeled out Officer Haste to try and open and close this whole thing quickly. Her statement's pretty ironclad on the surface, but vague. I suggest one of her base assumptions is wrong. We just have to find out which one. Alright. So, blah blah blah, continue. Continue. Okay, so present evidence and the dirt road.
Must be further down.
Here we go.
Objection!
Also the fucking like anime like boob wiggle.
Oh my god, yeah. Officer Hayes, would you say that you know the roads of Roger Spire quite well? What sort of question is that? Yes, of course I do. I patrol that area from time to time, so I have a good understanding of all the roads. And what are the trails? The what? The trails, Officer Hayes. Dirt tracks, used by hikers. Do I look like a park ranger to you? Bingo.
In what ways... Excuse me, Your Honor. In what way is this relevant, Aquila? Who cares about a bunch of hiking paths?
Because not all of them are exclusively used by hikers, Chad. Some of them are wide enough for cars. Officer Hayes, you know that roads upon the hill, but there's one route you didn't account for, indicated on this map. Impossible! I drove that road up and down as part of my investigation, and I saw no such turnoff. If I may, the turnoff isn't visible from the road. You have to drive through some foliage in order to get to it. The branches of the bushes are springy, so it's back to normal only moments after someone passes through. I used a dirt trail myself on the evening after the accident in order to access the crime scene.
Ridiculous! Why would you have to take such a roundabout route to the crime scene when there's a perfectly good road?
Officer Hayes, would you care to answer that question?
What? Why would she...
This is preposterous! I'm an officer of the law, and I'm following my orders to the letter!
Officer Haste, answer the question.
Your Honor, in the interest of expediency, Officer Hayes would not allow us access to the crime scene.
She refused you access? She neglected to inform me of this.
While she was following her orders, as she states, I believe that this was an example of malicious compliance. I'm not on trial here!
That may be. Still, Miss Haste, as those actions are highly unbecoming of a police officer.
Oh, hi, Electro Lux, and hi, William.
It's going all right. We're, getting back into our voice acting chops.
You're trying anyway.
Yeah. In any case, what's important that Officer Hayes' statement hinges on there was no other way to access the course, implying no third party could have been involved. This is simply wrong.
Oh, and also hello. LW002- per So lively all of a sudden, I know, right?
Not that I'm gonna complain about it.
Also, the entire audience is like,
Yeah.
and order, order. Yes, I can see the inconsistency. You make a good point, Miss Aquila.
Time to push it. In fact, Your Honor, this conclusion suggests the opposite. A third party could have been involved.
That seems a leap of logic at this point. Absence of evidence is not evidence.
That's a great maxim, Chad. Do you keep that on your bedroom wall next to the big live, laugh, love poster?
What?
That may be true, Chad, but even you can concede that this throws Officer Tate's reliability into question.
Damn it.
Also, the dev of this game is really cool, so if anyone wind up liking this game, you should go out and get it yourself.
I agree. Go support this independent creator. They're an indie game maker, so you know we love the indie games, right? We want to support indie game developers
And individual artists.
Yes.
And this is honestly its own bizarre work of art.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests to call a new witness. Granted, Mr. Hawk. Officer Haste, you may leave. Oh, I was just panicking. I thought it was her about to, like, explode in rage or something.
Before I go, I will say I acted in the best interests of.
Officer Haste.
Yes. Why don't you make haste and get out of here?
Ah! We need, like, a soundboard so we can, like, do, like, meme noises and stuff like that while we're recording.
That would be cool, actually. I mean, yeah. I don't know how to set that up though. It's something to consider off screen, probably.
Usually I think it's just downloading, like, audio files for various things and then just key binding them to which button you want it to make that sound.
Probably, but I don't know how to do any of that.
I'm sure there's got to be some level of it that's relatively easy to pick up and, like, use their own pre-made software to, like, do that.
Maybe.
I mean, they built a pretty decent Ace Attorney style game in RPG Maker, so they're very talented. Yes, it's
Exactly.
I don't know that Nick will protest the nip.
So, John, you haven't been in streams for a while, but William has this idea in his head that I like to partake in the catnip, and I keep trying to tell him that I don't, but he insists, and every single time I try to deny it, he just goes, "Oh, why are you trying to deny so hard? This just means that are you trying to hide something? Maybe that means that you actually do partake in the nip, and you're just trying to hide it or whatever." I'm just like, why?
Well, assuming the idea here is that catnip is equivalent to weed, actually, no, he doesn't partake in catnip. I do. I smoke it for him.
This is true. Yes. Okay. So you know what? I give all my catnip to the squirrel. It should be called squirrel nip at this point.
It really should. It's very effective.
Yeah.
Your continued presence here offends me. Get out of my sight. The fuck?
Damn.
Can he do that?
I guess.
Whoa.
And Annie told me that Chad was a stickler for process. I guess we just saw that in action.
Catnip makes Nick go bonkers, lol. I can't wait for William to crack the code thinking he's gonna find some catnip, but instead it actually discovers the...
Melody? Melody?
No, Nick. We need to talk about this real quick. What is she implying there?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What's the other stash, Nick?
I don't know.
What's the other stash, Nick?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I must say I dislike him personally. I guess I can respect him. He really does care about justice.
Mr. Hawk, please summon your next witness. The prosecution calls Marco West to the stand.
Wait a minute.
Who?
Isn't that the Pegasus guy? I thought. Wait, but
No, that's Trey
oh,
Gearson.
okay. So, oh, this is a photographer. We never actually met him.
Oh.
I mean, I can do it, I guess.
Okay.
Fantastic.
It's really not important. Don't worry much about it. It's all on the up and up. Exactly, 100%.
No, it's not, because I'm not on the up and up. So what's on the up and up?
Well, you're not on the up and up, and that's why you don't know about it.
But it's supposed to be on the up and up, therefore I should be informed. So what's on the up and up?
Exactly.
Inform me, Nick. You're gonna tell me one way or another.
Absolutely fantastic.
Mr. West.
Maybe it's the albedo of all the wood.
Albedo.
Albedo?
Mr. West,
You can't possibly expect me to pass up this opportunity.
you are in court. Show some decorum.
But the lighting in here, it's marvelous. And the furnishings are so rustic.
This man is very,
Flamboyant. Yeah.
that may be, but
And every surface here, every spot, they tell a story of life and death, of the fulcrum around which justice pivots.
why do we never get anyone, well,
Is it normal, the word you're looking for?
yeah.
I guess it keeps things interesting?
Mr. Marco West, please.
Oh my. Oh my god!
Whoa!
He
He's
has
got anime superpowers too!
He does, yeah. I had no idea that within this maze of judicial mahogany, there would dwell such a delicate sakura petal.
Mahogany.
With the eyes the color of the sea after a storm. Tell me, what conditioner do you use? Do you exfoliate? You must exfoliate.
Uh-oh.
What? Freeze yourself?
I mean, keep talking.
Hey, I don't know what's happening.
I guess even judges get thirsty?
And your nails, I can almost see my face in them.
I've just come from a manicure from a place nearby.
I should give them a try. Perhaps we could go together.
Judge Tawny? That would be delightful. I think I have their card in my purse. Judge Tawny! Please stop fraternizing with my witness! Fair play, Mr. Hawk. Mr. West... Marco, can you please return to the witness stand?
With some regret.
Please state your name and occupation for the record. Marco West, photographer and superhero.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it looks like he has like it looks like he even has a superhero cape, but that's actually just a scarf.
Voice, chat, text to see Nick with the nib.
Oh no. Okay, hold on.
Proof.
Hold on, I gotta show the audience too. Here we go. That hello. Oh, it's because it's not on the right thing. There we go.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. Okay, you're being presumptive to say that that's my favorite gift. My favorite gift.
Gift. Aha! Proof!
No! No! Doesn't prove anything!
Witness testimony!
Good grief. I am Marco West, jet setter, artesian, and photographer.
So, you travel a great deal for your work?
Just when I feel drawn to do so. I like to think of myself as a student of the very concept of beauty in motion.
No glasses. Oh, dagnabbit.
That's
She's so
true.
right.
Yeah. Is this guy for real? My last booking was the Paris fashion show, prior to which I was Milan.
In Milan.
In Milan.
It's just turns into a city,
Oh
Milan.
my god.
Goodness.
Marvelous.
But with all that, how did you come to be involved on the night in question?
Enchanting. While at the Paris fashion show, I received an email about something going on with the mountains here in Fledge City.
An email? From whom?
It was anonymous, or at least I could not place a name anywhere. An anonymous email? Understand that I am a celebrated artist. I'm a celebrated artiste. I receive odd and unusual fan mail all the time. This one talked about street racing up on the slopes of Rostro Spire, and it occurred to me that perhaps beauty lay not in just nature or on the catwalk, but in a thundering engines and tire-shredding speed. This idea stirred something within me, and I came to Fletch City the following day.
Witness, if you don't mind, can you start to steer this towards why you were up at the mountain on the night that Clara Mass died?
Confidence astounding. Not long after I arrived, I met up with the Rostro Racers up at the Rostro Vista parking lot. I believe I first spoke to Hank Castle, who stands before me now.
Aye.
But I soon met the others too. In fact, just over 2 weeks ago, I went with the group to a bar called Shin's Place downtown. I must confess, I wanted to see the group dynamic with their guard down. In Vino Veritas and all that.
Vino Veritas.
Vino Veritas. In fact, I have a picture of that event right here.
I see. What did you find?
I quickly became fascinated by their culture, a strong friendship rooted in their love of speed. Then, when the night was at its peak, all of us were, shall I say, quite merry. We were... what's the fucking song lyrics? The Christmas song that has gay instead of happy? Because it's like an older song, and that's when gay meant happy.
Something merry and bright.
Yeah, I was just trying to, like, because he's being flamboyant, I was trying to make a joke to that degree, but then I forgot what the actual song was, and now it just fell flat on its face.
Something, bring us now our gay apparel or something, or don us now. Or
Yeah. That would have been better if I had remembered and not, had to explain it, but it's okay.
Where?
Claire told me of a sacred truth that bound them all together, a shared sense of purpose. She said lie within the heart of the drift. She believed that only a driver can experience this truth, but I wasn't convinced. Nothing can hide from my lens. So over the following days, I searched for the best place to capture this truth. Soon I found it on the third hairpin of the course, quite near the finish. Nina, Claire's car, the accident. That was just after the second hairpin. So Marco was just around the corner when it happened? I mean, technically, but it's straight between the corners. The straight between the corners is quite long. There's a few hundred yards between them. The third hairpin is wide, offers a chance for long drifts. So on the evening in question, I walked up from the end of the course and camped in that spot, waiting for the race. I was there from around 8 p.m., and sometimes the group has warm-up races or other members settle their own scores. On that night, though, not a single car passed me. You weren't bored just sitting there? A little. You might even say I was just bored. Oh. I brought my phone and some headphones. I recently gotten into electro swing. If you had headphones on, weren't you worried you'd be caught unawares when the cars happened by? I had a radio turned to the Rosso Racers frequency. A light on it blinks when they talk, so I thought it a calculated risk. When I blinked, when it blinked, I took my headphones off and ready to try and snap the ultimate shot. But then something surprising happened, or should I say, didn't happen.
What?
I waited patiently, but the racers never came into view. Instead, all I heard was a screeching of tires a bit further up the road. And when I walked up to investigate, I saw this. Okay, so it was after the racers were already got there, I guess. I assumed that his picture was before the other racers got there.
Order in the court. Apologies for stating what seems to be obvious, but that appears to be...
The defendant's removing Claire's body from her car. This is a wide angle, and just a still, but I can tell you that Clara looked very much dead. That's not...
We were just trying... Order! Defendants, please refrain from outbursts during the witness's remarks.
Don't worry, guys. We'll straighten this all out yet.
The prosecution would like to state that the photo is to be considered alongside Mr. West's statement.
In that case, Mr. West... Oh, sorry. That's you.
Please make your formal statement.
Unbanding. Marvelous. No problem. Witness statement. As usual, during recent races, I was camped out by the third hairpin. I'd been there all evening. No cars had passed by. My radio went off to say that the race had started, but I braced to take pictures. I heard the sound of squealing tires, but no cars passed. I ran up the side of the road to see what was going on. When I got there from a distance, I saw the three accused around the victim's car. That's when I snapped a photo. I hate to say it, but they looked very suspicious. I wanted to call 911, but the reception was too poor. I had to run back to the Hairpin 3 to make the call. After that, I went home to develop the photograph. I thought it would be important.
Thank you, Mr. West. Miss Aquila, please begin your cross-examination.
This is strange. Is that photo really compelling evidence? What sort of game are you playing, Chad? Okay. You didn't see anything unusual? Nothing that would raise concern? Not at all. I was pacing to try to keep warm while the snow was falling. That's right, it was particularly cold that night. Hear anything? Sorry, no. I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music. Anyway, I'd been there for quite some time when...
Hold it.
What sort of camera do you use? I possess a vast range of bodies in glass. Glass?
He's referring to lenses, Aquila.
Correct. Are you a photographer, Mr. Hawk?
I dabble.
But on this particular night in question, I was using a Canon SOE 1000DS with a tele lens and a Minpix model. I don't think that means anything to us.
Again, like other companies, they're all kind of like mishmash, like fusions.
Yeah.
So like it's like a Nikon and a Canon like mixed together.
Sure, but I don't think the type of camera he has any relevance to the case, honestly.
Probably not, unless it's got like a really high shutter frame, so it actually took like a lot of pictures at once, and he only developed the one for some reason instead of the others.
Fair. Why'd you pick up that moment to run the course? I shot this corner multiple times, so I had a pretty good idea how long it should take. Between hearing the tires squeal in the previous corner and seeing the cars pass by. It had just been that bit too long and everything was quiet. In truth, it was disconcerting. It made sense to investigate.
Hold it.
You didn't think to call out to them? To get closer and ask what was going on? I wanted to, believe me, but then I saw Hank and Kaisuke remove Claire's body from her car, and I was hit with a sudden sense of foreboding, like I'd witnessed something I wasn't supposed to see. So instead, I hefted my camera and...
Hold it.
Why do you say suspicious? You don't think three people crowded around a dead person tend to look suspicious?
I mean, just that. I don't think.
I don't think...
Nina, don't forget, you go to crime scenes, you kind of see a lot of dead people. Think about his perspective. He was only watching for long enough to take a picture.
Do we have anything in which clears the actions of Hank and the others? What they were really doing?
Hold it.
You didn't look back to see what was going on? Sorry, I must confess. Once I started, I didn't stop, not even for a moment.
Hold it.
Develop the photograph? Use a film camera? Yes. In this decade? What are you trying to say? It just seems a bit quaint. Are you a professional? My art isn't just in the taking, but in every step of the process, every moment of sweat and toil contributes to the final image. So many little imperfections at every stage to create a kind of organic warmth. Digital works, by comparison, are cold. Where do you even get the materials to develop the pictures? Well...
eBay.
I get them via the internet. What, so digital cameras are out, but the online shopping is fine?
Your Honor, the nitty-gritty of the witness's process are not on trial here. Sustained.
This doesn't make any sense.
What does it?
Marco's conclusions, they're totally wrong.
I mean, we spent yesterday investigating. We probably just know more than he does. Maybe we have some evidence which crushes one of his assumptions?
Alright, so... Continue...
They look suspicious.
So... Do we use, like, one of their... like... testimonies?
One of their profiles?
Different windows... Visual driving...
Clara's unusual.
Well, maybe we can use the cause of death.
CPR was unsuccessfully performed post-mortem.
Oh.
Or cause of death.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
Objection.
Marco, would you say that you're an expert in photograph analysis? I have an eye for detail, if that's what you're saying. And by your measure, the photo of the three defendants looks suspicious. Well, given that the three of them today stand accused of murder... Your Honor, while the photograph in question does show the defense around the bodies of the accused, it does not show a murder.
Objection.
Are you seriously suggesting that it's not of importance? While it may not show the moment of the murder, they're dragging her body from the car.
Objection.
Check the cause of death among the evidence. The liner notes say that Claire's body bore signs that post-mortem someone attempted to give her CPR. That person, by his own admission, was Hank Castle of the accused.
Yeah.
In fact, Your Honor, Margot's statement, while presented honestly, is nothing more than his opinion due to his highly circumstantial perspective. The defense moves that it be disregarded from this case.
Is that so?
Why does he look so pleased?
I've got a bad feeling. I'm forced to agree with Miss Aquila in this instance. While the scene depicted in the photograph may seem suspicious in a certain context, it seems the explanation could be perfectly innocent.
Something's not right about this. The photo thing, the CPR and the cause of death, those are far too obvious. Chad doesn't make these sort of mistakes.
That means, while it could form part of a body of evidence, it is not, in and of itself, conclusive. Marco West, you may vacate the witness stand.
Perhaps I'll see you at the manicure place later.
I'll be shocked if we get out of here anywhere near early enough. But tomorrow, perhaps. Mr. Hawk? Yes, Your Honor. It is not often that I express doubt in your skills as a prosecutor, but you made very clear in this case that the prosecution was pursuing murder in the first degree. As of this moment, I see no evidence of this. Your Honor, may the prosecution make some supplementary remarks? Of course, but please be brief.
I don't like the sound of this.
It is my belief that anyone, no matter how guilty, can be a decent human being. That they can step forward and have the courage to ask for the mercy of the court. I look upon such people with some respect, but events earlier in this phase have turned this case into a farce. What do you mean? The prosecution is aware of certain evidence that suggests one person in this court is obstructing justice. What's he talking about?
Chad's suggesting someone here isn't telling the truth. What did I miss?
They're awfully aware of their guilt, but they have chosen not to speak up. Perhaps they believe that we would not discover their secrets, or maybe they'd rather drag their friends down with them. Anime music plays. So be it.
Probably talking about
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, yeah.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call... Your Honor. Yes, defendant? I wish to change my plea. This isn't really the proper time. To nolo contendere.
Okay, I have no idea what that means.
I think it's no contest. Or not, like, not a... Basically, I think it means that you're saying that if the court thinks you're accused, then you're accused. Or something to that effect.
Okay. What the hell is she doing?
Nina, what's Nolan Contrador?
Nolan, no.
Shout out to Nolan.
Yeah. It's nolo contendere. It means no contest.
Yeah, okay.
No contest. What that would mean.
Game!
Yeah. She's admitting to the crime. It's almost like making a confession. Chad must have intended for this to happen all along. Did he get to Jocelyn? Or does he really have compelling evidence? You couldn't.
I don't believe it. I can't.
Order.
Order.
Objection.
Your Honor, I must protest. I don't believe this defendant appreciates the ramifications of...
Objection.
Ask her.
What?
Ask her what it means. Miss Montefiore? It means that proceedings continue, but I am to be presumed guilty unless proven innocent. She seems to understand perfectly well.
Then she should make a statement. Your Honor, the defense wishes to cross-examine Miss Montefiore.
I thought you'd never ask. The prosecution would like to call Jocelyn Montefiore to the witness stand. I'm so sorry, Nina. Hank. Everyone. Witness, can you describe what happened around the time of Clara Mass's death, from your perspective? I hit something. Something? I didn't want to lose. I was so jealous of Clara. She was so perfect. Every gear change, every drift. I went to the mountain that night determined to beat her, no matter the cost. We were approaching the second hairpin and Clara's lights went out. And I knew that's when she would be making her move. I wanted to win. The next thing I knew, I felt a jolt.
A jolt?
An impact on my passenger's side. Only then did I notice that I'd veered off my line to try and block Clara's path. The next thing we knew, we'd rounded the corner and Clara's car had crashed.
I mean, we did hear an impact just prior to the accident.
You too? Don't be ridiculous. Jocelyn wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm not too happy about it either, Hank, but how else do you explain it?
I did it. I wanted to beat her. I wanted to win. I killed Clara Mass. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Your Honor, the prosecution wishes to highlight two pieces of evidence. When Clara Mass's car was found, it had extensive damage on the driver's side. Meanwhile, Miss Montefiore's car had significant damage on its passenger side.
This is where the difference between European and American cars come, or I guess Japanese and American cars come to play.
Well, I mean, you were kind of right. European/Asian and
Yeah.
American cars.
Right. So, Clara's car was a Japanese car, and I believe Jocelyn's car was an American car.
I think so, yeah.
Which means if...
But yeah, because it's a kit that they had to get special, like, made or ordered or whatever.
Which means if Jocelyn's car had damage on the passenger side, that would mean that they would have hit... It would have hit Clara's passenger side as well, because of the opposite directions of them. But they said that Clara had damage on her driver's side, not her passenger side.
Right. Which would be on the right, so if Clara's car is the one with the driver's seat on the right, because it's a Japanese domestic model,
Yeah.
then that means that, in theory, we should have seen impact on 3 different sides of her vehicle. One on the right from when supposedly Clara collided with her. One on the left from her, I'm assuming, hitting part of the barricade or something like that, and then probably again from the front when she actually crashed. But as far as we know, we only saw damage on its driver's side.
Yeah.
And it was also missing a wheel on that side.
Right. But I believe that...
And the license plate.
I believe the piece of evidence here that we have to present is the fact that the cars are of a European type model, and therefore the damage should have been on the driver or on the passenger side when it was actually on the driver's side, and that's inconsistent, yeah. So that's why Chad was at the police impound. Nina, I gotta say, I agree with Hank. Jocelyn's dedicated, but she's no murderer.
Hasn't that ship sailed? She just admitted to it.
Not necessarily. The mind's a powerful thing. You can convince yourself the sky is green if you try hard enough. Sometimes when people are confronted with evidence, they'll join the dots all on their own. She feels guilty, and there's a convincing theory that she's guilty, so she thinks she's guilty. That doesn't make it true. Your Honor, may the defense begin our cross-examination?
You may, Miss Aquila. I remember it like it was a movie scene. I could play it over and over again in my head. I looked at my mirror, and I saw the moment that Clara's headlights went out. I was so determined to block her that I veered to the right, and bang! It must have been Clara's AG-88. Moments later, Clara was dead. Oh God, what have I done? I am almost sympathetic, Miss Montefiore. I'm sorry that your actions have led you to this point. Miss Aquila, please begin your cross-examination.
I don't believe Jocelyn did it. I believe that she believes she did, but I don't think she could commit murder, even if she wanted to. I mean, technically speaking, this would be more like manslaughter than murder, but...
Right, because it was not only unintentional, but also the result of an accident, not, like, necessarily actual, direct, intentional, like...
Right.
Veering and crashing her off the road.
I get what she's getting at, though.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something which proves it, or it's all gonna be over before it even starts.
Hold it!
Sorry, Jocelyn. I'm aware this is very distressing for you, but when we spoke yesterday, you didn't speak in quite so absolute terms.
I wasn't sure. It was dark and snowing. I couldn't be certain what I hit at the time. I hoped against hope that when they'd examine my car, somehow they'd find that it wasn't Clara. But then that prosecutor came to see me last night, and he mentioned about the damage to the cars. I still hope something would come up today, as I'm finding it hard to accept what I did.
Those don't sound like the words of someone who is certain about.
If you find fault with my accusation, Aquila, then surely you can present some evidence, not merely conjecture. Sustained. Defendant, please continue.
Hold it.
They just blinked out?
That's right. They were on, and then blink, they were off. It was dark, and with the snow falling, it was like her car vanished into the darkness. It was just like her. Improvisational, tactical, brilliant.
Hold it.
But I thought you said you couldn't see her.
I was stunned by the sudden sound of the impact, and for a moment, I shut my eyes.
Then how'd you get around the corner?
I've driven this road thousands upon thousands of times. I could probably race the whole course blind.
But if you didn't see Clara's car at the moment you hit it...
You seem to have gotten the wrong idea, Aquila. It was dark. Both cars were damaged. While it's true Miss Montefiore didn't see the instant of the impact, the point is that she's convinced it was Clara's car.
Something's so wrong about this. Yeah, that's probably where I need to present, but... Complete distress. I don't think we can learn anything from pushing her even more. I'll just leave it as part of treatment well alone.
Okay, so nothing for the last one. Chad's practically convinced me at this point.
I don't believe it for a second. A little bit of conjecture is not going to cut it here. Chad's theory is compelling, and after hearing Jocelyn change her plea, I need something that in the evidence that makes Chad's theory impossible. Everything I learned anything about yesterday about racing, about the cars. But I know that Chad probably doesn't. Okay, and this is okay. So continue, this one. And I need
Clara's car? Which is...
this one?
Yeah.
Although this doesn't say anything about it being...
Clara's unusual driving, maybe?
No. This one, probably.
Objection.
Okay, yeah.
Jocelyn, you said you started to think about this after Chad came to you last night, correct? You said he'd shown you compelling evidence about the damage to both your Maverick and Clara's AG88.
That's right.
Okay, let's just stroke his ego a bit. I have to admit, this is a clever piece of deduction. Chad, can you explain how you figured it out?
With pleasure. The initial statement we received from the defendants mentioned a loud sound before they saw that Clara had crashed her car. When I visited the police impound, I noticed that Jocelyn's car had extensive damage on its passenger side, while Detective Flatfoot's report from the crash scene showed that Clara's car was damaged on its driver's side. From these facts, I deduced that Miss Montefiore had instigated the crash.
There it is. Chad, can you clarify one thing for me?
Of course.
You don't drive, do you?
No, actually I cycle extensively or use Flint City's public transit system. Why?
You also haven't seen Clara's car yet, have you? With your own eyes.
There was no need. I read Flatfoot's written report. It was comprehensive. Wait, how do you know?
Your Honor, this event would direct the court to look again at the two basic pieces of evidence. Jocelyn Montefiore's Maverick damage on its passenger side, and Clara Mass's AG8 damage on its driver's side.
Oh.
Of course.
Wow, that's so obvious. But that would mean... Hey, what's the big idea? What are you babbling about, Aquila?
You know what JDM means, Chad? Because I do. While Jocelyn's car is American, Clara's car is a Japanese domestic model, so the driver is on the right, meaning that both cars are damaged on their right-hand side. That makes it impossible for Jocelyn's car to have impacted Clara's car in the way the prosecution believes.
Then just what did Jocelyn hit on the road?
A nocturnal animal? A piece of debris? Who cares?
There's absolutely no proof that it was anything other than...
The absence of evidence is not proof, Chad. She could have hit anything up there, but she couldn't have hit Clara's car. Your Honor, Jocelyn's plea was based on how a piece of evidence was suggested that it was certain that she was guilty. In fact, as this evidence has proven to be fundamentally flawed, the defense requests that she be permitted to change her plea.
Order.
Order! Order! I must say, this has been an unusual day. But, given what has just been pointed out, I am inclined to agree with Miss Aquila. Miss Montefiore, do you wish to change your plea? Yes, Your Honor. I wish to plead not guilty. As I expected, the court recognizes your plea. However, Mr. Hawk, this revelation no doubt has a profound effect on the prosecution's case. Did we do it?
Maybe. Just maybe.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that we modify the charges we have brought up against the defendants. We wish to retract the charge of murder in the first degree. Yay!
Wait for the other shoe to drop.
However, in its place, we wish to propose a charge of murder in the second degree. We also still press the charges of murder by reckless endangerment and involuntary manslaughter. No!
That's what I thought.
No! It is the prosecution's prerogative to remind the court that these charges can still result in capital penalties for all three defendants.
Why do I get the feeling that we got out of the woods only to wander into the worst part of town?
Very well, Mr. Hawk. The court should explain to both benches that the biggest concern, in this case, is that we still lack a clear picture about what took place in the moments leading up to Clara's death. However, Miss Aquila...
Yes, Your Honor?
Be aware, I will not hesitate to sentence all of the defendants equally if I feel they are colluding to defuse their guilt. This is, in part, because the death occurred by an activity that was, by definition, illegal.
Understood.
As I am unable to render a verdict at this time, I suggest that we adjourn for today. Both benches are urged to investigate further and restate their cases. We shall reconvene the day after tomorrow. Court is adjourned.
Wait.
Alright. So,
This is probably a good time to end it.
okay.
Because it's almost 9, and we got through a decent chunk.
Mm-hmm. We got through the whole, like, first day of court and everything.
Yeah. I don't think...
Court typing.
Can I, like, pause?
I don't think so, because I think this is a cutscene.
Well, cutscene in as much of a... Well, okay, well, we'll just let this cutscene play and then we'll save the game and end it. There must be something I missed. Come on, brain. Think more like Anya. Maybe if I try to talk and act like her for a bit, I think of something. What am I thinking? This is ridiculous. Still.
Hey, Nina. Hey.
I heard you.
The Ace's collective down payment just cleared for our services. You want to grab some lunch? Might be fun to eat something other than instant ramen and weak old Chinese food.
Sounds good. You got something in mind?
I had thought maybe the Great Wave.
I think you're in love with that place.
Hey, what can I say? I like sushi. Besides, it's Thursday, and they do an all-you-can-eat special.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Come see me when you're ready to head out. So I guess we'll pause like here-ish.
As soon as it lets me have control again. Yeah.
Can you save now, or...?
Yes. Alright. Well, this has been pretty fun getting back into it.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where this case is going, especially given Chad's bizarre framing of the case.
Yeah. Should be interesting. Alright, well, see you guys next week. Bye.